All right, fuck it, let's get it. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Until Further Noise podcast. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest host of them all. OG Hatch, man. You know what the fuck it is, man. What's up with the motherfucking people, man? It's episode 65, man, on the grind of 100, man. This shit won't stop for a motherfucking soul. I tell you that shit each and every motherfucking week, man. This week, oh, it's a special one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tell y'all each and every week, man, the goal is to bring on dope motherfuckers who out there doing dope shit in the community. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I won't stop for a motherfucking me soul. This week on episode 65, bro, we got a very special guest, my boy Keith Jones Jr., aka Big Glitch, aka the blacker the berry, the bigger the beast. This nigga's a motherfucking problem. So on my guest, man, what's a shout out to my boy Keith, man. What's up with you, Brody?
What's the word with it, bro?
Nothing much, man. I'm happy as fuck to have you on here, bro. Real shit. You a motherfucking living legend in my eyes, man.
For sure, man. Likewise, well respected with it.
Real shit. I gotta be honest with you. When I told a few motherfuckers I was gonna be doing this episode with you, a lot of motherfuckers didn't believe it. I'm gonna be honest with you. From day one, when I told people me and you was cool, even back when we was in high school, niggas didn't believe it. Niggas was looking at you from a total different point of view than I was looking at you from. You was just Keith that we was kicking it on the porch, talking shit with each other every day, you know what I'm saying, after school type shit. I didn't know the beast, the savage that you truly was and putting fear in niggas' hearts like that, fam. What's up with you, man?
Well, bro, I remember them Nantucket days, man. I used to go over there to my mama's crib. You know, my parents was divorced, so we stayed right around the corner, you know, in Deadwood. My mama stayed in Nantucket. Yes, I used to come outside with you, Tony, all y'all boys. I used to be going outside. I'm like, man, it ain't nothing to do over here. You just don't knock on doors. Forget it. Y'all boys popped out, boy. We ain't even had no basketball hoop over there, boy. We was outside just doing dumb stuff. Like,
but you know, these kids nowadays don't know shit about that. They in the house playing games and shit like that. We was outside just making shit to do.
Outside, like, passing the time. Like, it's daylight out? All right, bet.
Right. Nigga, I gotta be outside type shit.
It's daylight. Going outside.
But like I said, people don't know that's where our friendship actually started, man. Just from being some little kids in some apartment complex outside, just talking shit, trying to have fun out of anything. But the reason why I'm bringing you on, man, you know what I'm saying? You're doing big things. You coaching now. You was a fucking all-star athlete in high school. Went on to the next level, played D1 ball, played arena league football. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into you coaching the new generation. You taking steps and becoming a better man yourself. But I want to start this podcast off like I do with every guest, man. I want to start this podcast off with a mental health check, man. I want to ask you, bro, how are you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Physically, financially, mentally, all that shit, man.
Man, I'll say physically, 10. Mentally, we about 8.5. You know, financially, for my situation, 10. You know, of course, we all can have more, but for my current situation, 10, because you gotta, you know what I'm saying, sacrifice for what you want. So,
facts.
Sacrifice a little thing for a stepping stone, you be all right.
Facts. Now, that's the way the motherfucking me go, bro. And I'm glad to hear you that you're doing good, bro, because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, it be motherfuckers out here that say they doing good and say they doing that, but you can look at them in their face and tell, nah, this nigga cap. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at you and me knowing you personally, how you give it up on a day-to-day basis. I know you ain't faking it you ain't faking it. So I'm glad that you actually doing good, bro, because I know niggas that's doing bad right now, and I can't help them. They gonna be doing bad for a little bit more longer.
Can't help everybody's situation now. You gotta take care of yours first.
Facts, and you got to grind and make it to where you want to make it to. So I definitely respect that. 2021. Now we all know about 2020, man. 2020 was a fucked up year. But if you ask me, I don't think 2021 is that much of a difference. I just think it's a mindset type of thing. But that's how I feel. My question to you is, what's the biggest difference from you and how are you moving around in 2021 compared to 2020?
I mean, shoot, man. 2020, we all know it felt like a blur.
Yeah.
It felt like almost a long year, but it's like a wasted year, so it felt short when you really finally got to get outside. And I don't know, bro. 2020 kind of like changed people's perspective. I mean, for me, 2020 was my first year of college coaching. We didn't even have a season at the D2 school I was at, man. And it was just a whole learning experience, the whole 2020, man, about how the world worked and how things are affected compared to 2021. It's like, man, it's amazing. I mean, it ain't perfect. It ain't back to where we wanted to be, but it's like, man, it's
close enough type shit.
It's close enough. Like, I mean, you risked it anyway, so you might as well go outside. So, I was one of the people that had to get vaccinated from my job and everything. It was what it was. I'm like, shoot, I ain't tripping off of it, man. Enough people took it, so if it's gonna hit me like that, it's gonna hit everybody else too that I took it. So, hey, if the next man next to me got the same shot, we good. So that was what it was. I mean, to be honest, man, it feel good in 2021. Just coming from 2020, like it just feel good.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, it just feel good, man. You feel free again.
Nah, and that's real shit. That's definitely real shit because, like I said, 2020, nigga, the whole world was on punishment type shit. Niggas didn't expect that.
Straight
Niggas was on straight punishment. So niggas didn't expect that. I wanted to ask you this because, you know what I'm saying, with 2020 being your first, it's your first year into the coaching realm. And we know with the whole fans aspect of it, you know what I'm saying, fans not being there and things of that nature. Yeah. When I'm assuming y'all went through that shit too, right?
Well, that's the thing. So in 2020, when I was at the D2 school, we didn't have a season. So I didn't. Yeah, they canceled D2. So we was just lifting cats all season.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of other stuff going on within school and administration that was like, kind of affecting what we do. But like we didn't have a season, so on Saturdays I'm watching games. I'm killing on Saturday. I'm watching.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching games on recruitment, so it wasn't like it wasn't nothing much for me for real. I mean, so I experienced that.
Damn, they hit y'all with the last chance. They just wiped y'all shit out.
Man, we come back from camp. They like, oh, wait a week. They're like, yeah, we canceled. I'm like, oh goodness.
That's fucked up.
I mean, again, it was still a learning experience though. Like it was cool. Like like as a college coach, you don't get your weekends. Like this is my first coach, and I'm weekends off. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So,
and I mean, like you said, it's still a learning experience because I think I kind of look at that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, when niggas come into the league, like Ben Simmons and niggas, they came to the league, but they got hurt and had to stout their whole year. Niggas still learn hella information, you know what I'm saying? You still went into that learning the recruitment process, you know what I'm saying? Learn what these D2 level players actually putting their body through in day-to-day level, the training, the weightlifting aspect. That shit totally different at each level you go to. So even with you going through that and experiencing that, that's still hella fucking knowledge that niggas that didn't go through that wouldn't have got. So I definitely understand that. But like I said, it was different. Now you in 2021, you were different. You went up a level. You know what I'm saying? Went from D2 to D1. See, nigga, that's why I started something. You a legend in my eyes, my nigga. How many niggas you know? Think about this, my nigga. How many niggas you know go get a job and like the job is kind of, you know what I'm saying, it's tainted because you can't do everything you want, but still get a promotion. Like, come on, my nigga. You gotta look at that. Like, you gotta commend that, my nigga.
Man, I mean, the crazy thing is though, like at the D2 school, our head coach had got fired. For some it wasn't even for off the it wasn't even for on field stuff. They just didn't like him. He got fired. But that man, he was from St. Louis, and shoot, I look at it. He gave me my first opportunity to coach college. Right. It was like, man, boom on. I'm like, dang, I'm rehabbing and everything, and I'm working and I'm coaching girls basketball at North, and I'm there subbing and everything like I usually do. And then I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be ready by the season. And so I hit him up on Facebook because he posted something about he had some graduate assistant spots open. Yeah. I just hit him in the DM on Facebook. He's like, here's my number, call me. And then we talked on the phone, and then I said, man, coach, I coach girls basketball right now. He's like, man, finish your contract with them, and then you still got a spot with me. So he kind of blessed me with a good opportunity. I'm like, oh, bet he messing with me, like, yeah, that's a bet. And shoot, as soon as season go, I go, like, we good, yada yada. Like, he gave me my first opportunity. So, but then you know what I'm saying, I was gonna ride with what he was telling me about. So, and that was like a blessing because cats like us don't get them opportunities on that
We
You know what I'm
don't.
saying? That level, and it just is what it is. It's the way of the world. But shoot, I'm saying this gave me my opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you from St. Louis, I recruited your brother, even though I ain't get him. Hey, like, I'm gonna give you that chance. Like, come on. And shoot, from there it was like, I'm gone. Let's go.
And that's love and respect. And I want to ask you to follow up on that. Like you said, with a lot of people like us, we don't get those opportunities, especially in the field that you in. You know what I'm saying? It can be the good old boy network type shit like that. So for you to get the opportunity and actually, you know what I'm saying, and leap on it. A lot of times niggas get an opportunity put towards them in a way that they don't actually see the full benefit from it and be scared to hop on the opportunity.
Yeah.
So it says a lot about you to even take on the opportunity, knowing that you still trying to recover from an injury, knowing that you already had motherfucking commitments with coaching women's basketball. Yeah. It says a lot about you to be like, nah, this nigga talking about something that I'm actually interested in. Like you said, I grew up on, my mama told me this when I was little, bro. Closed mouth don't get fed type shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So by you even get this opportunity by reaching out to him on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Like think about it, like 10 years, like 10, 15, 20 years down the line to wherever you end up. Say you on Sundays, you know what I'm saying, coaching in. And a reporter come ask you how this all started. Your answer gonna be, I just DM my old coach on Facebook.
Man, that's crazy.
Crazy as a motherfucker, man. Speaking of coaches, bro. Speaking of coaches, I want to read something to you that I found. Cause like I told you, man, back when we was kids. Now, you know, before I even get to that, bro, I want to talk to you about the moment in time where I realized niggas was looking at you different than I was looking at you. I remember you graduated in 12, right? 2012, right?
I graduated 12.
All right, so it was my junior year. We was getting ready to come play
McClure versus McClure. It was senior year for me. I remember we played at the crib.
Yeah. So leading up to the game, nigga, we watching film. You know, we had practice before we go and watching film. Niggas talking about Keith. I'm like, Keith Jones? I'm like, Keith Jones? They're like, yeah, nigga, Keith Jones. Now, granted, I knew, nigga, you was nice. But I had actually never seen it type shit. Like, I wasn't paying attention. You know what I'm saying? You know how you heard niggas is nice? You be like, that's my nigga. Like, I'm happy you doing good. Like, I felt I was good. But when I watched film on you. I'm like, nah. like that's when I realized everybody not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can want to make it, but everybody not gonna make it because it's different levels to shit. And we watching film for you, and I'm sitting back and listening to how these niggas is talking about you. Like, I don't think you understood how scared niggas really was to go against you. It wasn't North, fam. It wasn't going against North for us. It was niggas like, I gotta go against Keith ass all day. Like, that's what niggas was talking about, bro. So fast forward to when we actually get to game day, fam. I'll never forget this shit. I had made a play in the backfield. I'm thinking I'm doing good. You pull, I get in your hip pocket and shit. Couple plays later, no bullshit, dog. You came up to me on the line of scrimmage and said, watch this. Now, I said, oh, he finna fuck me up. I'm like, bro, I think we cool. I'm like, bro, finna fuck me up. That nigga said, watch this. They hyped the motherfucking ball. You pull. My nigga X, you remember X, light skin X with the dreads and shit.
Yeah.
You pulled, my nigga. I get in your hip pocket, but at this point in time, I'm looking around now. I'm in fan mode because you done told me watch this type shit. So I'm like, either he finna fuck me up or he finna do something spectacular.
I think I know who probably blocked you that play while you was waiting.
Yeah, I got blocked because I was on bullshit. I
know who you blocked. If I pulled, I know who play we was running. I know who blocked you for sure.
Yeah, I got fucked up. But the bruh of the story is when you pull and hit X, I ain't never seen X get fucked up like that. Because X is probably one of our biggest lines. When you hit that was a highlight, bro, for us. And then you did it. We was in film the next day, like, yo, X, bro, he fucked you up, B. But that's when I realized, I was like, nah, bro, this nigga different. That's why when I started the podcast, I'm like, nah, nigga, the blacker the berry, the bigger the beast. Because that's when I realized what white people was afraid of. I'm like, you see this big black motherfucker coming through here swinging shit like that? Man. Like in high school, bro, what did you get from being out there. Like, it's a lot of niggas that were just better than everybody. But it was different with you because you worked hard and you knew what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? So in high school, how did you approach the game type shit?
Shoot, to be honest, bro, like, and all my boys that play with me, they tell you, like, bro, they seen me like really as an on-field coach. Like, I knew what everybody had to do. I was understanding, you know, the game of football. When I was young, my dad was teaching it to me. You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough for my dad to be able to teach it to me. So, you know, I didn't play almost every position on the field except for center and safety. But, like, I understood the game. So it was easy for me when I got to North because, to be honest, I was supposed to go to MICDS at first.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach had resigned or retired, one of those two. And so now I had ended up going to, we moved, with my dad and I to with Coach Hinkie, when my dad was coaching McClure. We was in middle school at the time. And so we moved over by North, but I went to Hazel West for like 2 weeks during the summer.
Yeah.
My dad was like, man, you going to Hazel West, Central, or McClure North? I'm like, you go to West. So I was using, you know, his baby mom address. And shoot, I ain't like it over there. They weren't teaching me nothing. I'm like, bro, I don't know how to power clean. Like, they just expect you to go in there and know how to do it.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, well, let's try. So I go to North. I go to North. Coach Shotty holler at me. You know what I'm saying? He sit me down, show me stuff, bro. The walls was filled with people that he sent to college, bro. And, like, that relationship started there. I chose North, and, like, they would feed me so much information. Like, they really taught us over there. And so a lot of people ain't pick it up, but they really taught us to the point where I understood, like, man, we got this blitz coming. Let's shake this thing. Or my senior year, by the time we played y'all in that game, I was making the protection calls up front. I was making the adjustments up front. G-Baby was just putting in the work behind us. So, you know, when I get to the line of scrimmage, we might change the protection. You know what I'm saying? If I look at him scanning around, I look at G. I'm like, we good. He called it. We good. If I need to change it, I'll change it. Like, coach put that much information in me. Let me be that. You know, he trusts me that much, but he got a lot of information in me that I absorbed throughout my time. So, you know, I know where we went wrong. I know we messed up when a mistake was happening. And that's kind of the approach I took. It was like, man, I'm always getting information. I'm always receiving it. And, bro, to be honest, bro, I just always took in the information. Guys was asking me for information. I give it to them, like what they need to do. And so just being a student of the game was like, it was natural for me. So it was never like I had to work to do it. It was just natural. Like I automatically, I'm going to listen. I'm going to remember what you said. I'm going to lock in.
But that's why I say, but that's why I say, I was looking at you like, nah, this nigga different. Like you said, you calling this shit out. You know what this nigga's supposed to do. You know what the defense finna, you know what the blitz package finna come. It's like when you see that, like it's cool seeing that on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? You always see the offensive guard, you know what I'm saying, point, you know what I'm saying, and tap the center on his thigh and shit like that. You always see that. But when you see that at a youth type level, high school, middle school, you know what I'm saying, before you even get to college and all that, that's when you say, no, this nigga's special. Like I always look at myself like, yeah, I took the X's and O's serious. I need to know what I want to do and what the nigga next to me needs to do so we can be successful. But I got that from watching you. You know, I only see you do it for one game. And that's how impactful it was for me because I'm like, nah, this nigga different. So I actually look at that and I look at like, from what I'm finna read you from, because I found this article, you know what I'm saying, from your high school football coach. And when I seen this and I read it, you know, I really don't read shit like this. I'm like, man, nigga ain't talking about shit. He kissing ass. But when I read this, I wanted to make sure I brought up on the pod because it goes into what you're doing in your life right now. So I want to read this for you, bro. It's a let me see this motherfucker. What does this nigga say? It's all right. This is from Coach. What's his nigga name? Shadowmaker? What's his nigga name?
Oh, Shawmuller.
Shawmuller. That's another thing, bro. Before I read this,
Coach Shotty.
Coach Shotty. I'm gonna call him Coach Shotty too. I'm happy you went to North, bro. Before I read this, because you said something about them feeding you information about the game. You know what I mean? Now we had Darion Diller, a nigga who I felt he a nigga like Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying?
He a killer.
Killer, dog. Nigga.
Darion was a killer. I just had to put that out there. He was a killer. Like,
bro.
You seen what he did when he went to that school out there, bro. He was doing that in high school with the ease. Like, hey, he was D1 talent, bro. Like,
bro. anytime I watch the Buccaneers play and I see Mike Evans, I'll be like, bro, that was Darion Dillon, fam.
Oh, Darion.
Like Darion was straight Mike Evans in high school.
Put him in a D1 college program. I guarantee you, Darion would have weighed about 215, 220 straight muscle.
Man, the nigga is he just was in the bag. And I told him this not too long ago, bro. You seen when I was on Facebook telling niggas about how we suck for real. But I told Darion
like the truth.
yeah, niggas didn't want to niggas ain't like the truth, bro. I'm like, bro, we wasn't that good, dog.
They ain't like the truth.
But Darion, I told him, bro, you was just one of them niggas that should have been at a different school, bro, because we was running a D-wing, fam. With this nigga at wide receiver, we running a D-wing.
Like come on, man.
Yeah, that nigga, I feel so bad for that nigga. But I want to read this quote, bro, because it says a lot about you. This is from Coach Shoddy back in high school for you. He said, he's a little bit of a throwback being a 3-sport athlete in today's world where kids tend to specialize. Shoddy said, the most impressive thing about Jones, Shoddy says, that he did need to be a star on the team. He was a key cog on the football and track squads, but he was also fine with being a bit player for the basketball team too. Whether it was 2 minutes, 4 minutes, or 6 minutes, he was going to play his role to help his team win. Then they get to listen to your weight and shit. 6'2", 280 pounds. That's why I tell y'all, all the friends of the show listening. The blacker the berry, the bigger the beast. This nigga was 6'2", 280 in high school, fam. Dunking and shit, playing football, throwing and track and field. The nigga was different. Like, niggas be talking about not knowing fucking man-child as kids. No, I knew him. You looking at one right now on the screen, my nigga. But also, he said, Coach Shoddy also went on to say he very seldom made a mental mistake. Not only did he know his position, but the others around him too. Playing both sides of the ball wasn't much of a problem because I've been doing it for a while, Keith Jones said. And the big thing, well, this is for you. This is actually from you. You said the big thing for me was playing hard on every play. I knew I had to do that to become a great player. I transfer that over to what you're doing your day. When you hear that quote from Coach Shoddy years ago, nigga, damn it, 10 years ago at this point in time, what does that make you think about, bro, when you hear that quote from Shoddy?
To be honest, man, I mean, we've been doing this stuff for a long time. And, you know, Shoddy was very influential on me as far as, like, school and everything. Like, you know, I hadn't played for a coach like Shoddy. I was disciplined and everything. And my dad stayed on me. He taught me how to get coached by other coaches. I ain't just listen to him. He taught me how to get coached by other coaches. That's one of the biggest things he taught me. So, like, you know, some guys used to struggle with Shoddy. And I'm like, man, just y'all be quiet. Listen, just do what he asked me how to do. Yeah. And it was to a point, you know, when I became the lead on the team, I tell my dogs, like, bro, just let me handle, bro. Y'all got issues, bro. Let me just take it to Shoddy and we can try to get the fix. But, like, don't mess up a good thing. Like, bro, we good. Just, y'all boys just chat amongst ourselves and leave it at that, man. And dudes was trusting me in that, and they did that. So we ended up being successful with it. But the quote is not something that I haven't heard before because it's something that I continuously was hearing throughout, not only when I got in high school, but throughout my life. So it wasn't nothing that was different. Even my boy Karan, he I forgot when I talked to him probably some months ago. I seen him on my partner's funeral, one of our teammates' funeral. This dude that started center for John Austin, he passed away like a year and a half ago, I think.
R.I.P.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. And it was like just a free accident, but we went to the funeral and stuff, and my boy Karan, like, bro, you always been that dude. Like, you always been that person that you is. Like, you always been like an on-field coach. Everybody listened to you. You know, you had a way with people and stuff like that. So when he, you know, Coach Shoddy said that type of comment, like, I understood, like, man, yeah, like I understand where he's coming from, and I understand it. And it's like, bro, you gotta do more. When I said, you know, one of the things I said was I had to play hard every play because I heard that when I went to a camp. Yeah, I went to a camp, you know, in high school, and I kind of messed myself over at the camp. The coach was like, man, you don't play hard enough. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, I'm playing both ways, but I'm like, that can't be no excuse. Like, they told me, like, bro, you want to be good, you gotta do more. At the practice, you got to condition. And I started conditioning by myself. Eventually, the whole line started coming with me at the practice. Like, it ain't like
taking initiative. They seen you laying down the framework of being successful.
Facts. So it was just like it ain't take nothing for me like to do it like 2 times.
Yeah.
My dude Armis hopped in, Big Miles hopped in, Jay hopped in. And then all of a sudden you see the whole line doing it. We all on that. And it was just like they was with it and they was trusting me. So I had confidence when I'm talking. So
yeah,
I know people listening, I got confidence when I talk.
Yeah, it sounds like you picked up on something I picked up on a lot when I was younger as well. You found out that motherfuckers was I don't like saying following you, but motherfuckers fuck like you was a leader type shit. You picked up on that early on.
Yeah, so, I found that out.
Yeah,
early, I mean, shoot, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like I was leading cats, and I understood my role, and their life was just leading, and they wasn't even on some like, you know how some people like, man, you should listen to me. Like it was never like that. It's like we was cool, and I keep it a buck with folks, and they like, you right, bro. Like straight up, you right. And it wasn't even like, and I would never come at nobody the wrong way.
Well, I gotta be honest.
I'm supposed to come at them unless you want to feel.
I gotta be honest with you though, bro. You not a little nigga. Like you ain't never been a little nigga. So anytime you say some shit gonna go a certain way, it's gonna go that way 9 times out of 10, fam. Like let's go. I'm saying like I'm gonna put it to you like this, nigga. The society is happy that you a taxpaying citizen. You a good guy. Cause nigga, if you want shit to go a certain way, shit could go a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not kid ourselves, nigga.
I stay on the straight and narrow.
Nah, but I bought some serious shit, bro. I understand what you're saying. Like you figured out early on that to get what you want out of this, you gotta put the work in.
Yeah.
And with you having the qualities of being a leader and you being you, like so I know you, my nigga. So with you being you, it don't surprise me that when other people seeing you putting in the groundwork to be successful, they fall in those footsteps because you got that type of aura about you. Niggas say I got that same aura about myself. So it's obvious to see when other people got that because nigga, you a good dude. Niggas see you putting in the work to put in that time. So I definitely get that. I want to ask you this because throughout that quote, Coach Shotty mentioned you was a 3-sport star. I did 3 sports as well. I did wrestling, football, and I did track and field as well.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, bro, when it comes to sports, what are the lessons you learned about yourself in playing sports?
Lessons I learned about myself?
Yeah, or lessons you learned, period. Just period about yourself, people, anything, life.
One of the biggest lessons I learned was the meaning of tradition. Like it was tradition. It become a pride thing after a while. Like tradition and pride, they go hand in hand. Because if you respect tradition, you're gonna have pride to respect that tradition.
Facts.
You ain't gonna let your pride be in the way of that tradition. So like, man, teaching myself, not teaching myself, but my dad teaching me about tradition when I was a youngster. Like I feel like I had an advantage when I was young. Like my dad was, you know what I'm saying? I was with my dad. My dad was there.
Yeah, I knew your pops.
He'd make me work out at 6 years old. I'm lifting in the basement and everything, and I'm running. And he did that stuff to me early, so I already understood along the way. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to tradition, he was big on that. He went to HBCU. He went to Graham. He played Eddie Robinson, late great Eddie Robinson.
Yeah, shout Graham.
They you know what I'm saying? They was winning. They was lit. They had cats in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The winningest coach in NCAA Division I history. He played for that dude. So it was like he taught me a lot of tradition about, you know, first off with Grambling and then going on and on and on through life. So, but I just respect the tradition so much that, bro, when I left, when I went to McClure North, it was like I hated McClure. Like y'all was my partner. So I wanted to make a point that every time I played y'all, we would win. And like football, basketball, track, y'all beat, you know what I'm saying? Y'all beat us at state. My senior year, we came in 4th. Y'all came in 3rd by a couple points. And the reason we did not win is because I scratched on my last throw. And I blame that year solely on me. But that was a tradition thing. It's like, bro, I hate McClure. They are rival. I hate McClure. I hate Hazelwood Central. And that's that. And everybody thought the same way.
Yeah. Now y'all niggas hated us much more than we hated y'all because we just knew we wasn't as good as y'all, fam. Like we hate when we said that shit. But we ain't mean like y'all meant it. Like,
Yeah.
y'all niggas meant that y'all knew y'all could back that up. I knew when we was saying that, we was at practice like, man, we think that after the first quarter, the game gonna be over for real.
It's like, that was a thing, though, bro. That was the tradition, but
yeah, it was.
Like that's one of the biggest things I learned as a youngster, and I understood. Yeah. And so it was like every time, like when it came to tradition, bro, I'm not gonna let our tradition down. We not gonna lose to McClure. Like, yeah. I don't care what we do, bro. We not gonna lose to McClure. I'm not gonna lose to my partners, bro. Like, we not on that.
Yeah.
Like, everything I do was personal. I'm trying to tell you, everything I do was personal, and that's one of the biggest things I learned playing sports growing up was the meaning of tradition and pride and just, you know what I'm saying? That's just the stuff I learned. But that's the stuff I still to me to this day. Like some of these kids now in this generation, bro, they don't understand the meaning of tradition.
They don't, because it comes with these kids these days don't really respect the shit that happened before them type shit. You know what I mean? Like, they barely respect the OGs. So the accomplishments the OGs did,
it don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing, man.
So and that's the weird thing about it, because I had a question about that later on in the pod that I want to ask you about that too, but I'm gonna touch on a little bit now. It didn't feel like that when we was growing up, fam. Like we fucked with the niggas that came before us. What changed type shit? Because I was reading that quote from Coach Shotty, and he was talking about kids specializing. I didn't know niggas was doing that when we was growing up. I thought niggas was playing everything. You did 3 sports, I did 3 sports. I know about that now. I know it's kids that just play basketball all year round. Kids that just focus on football. So it's like when hearing this quote from Shotty, it's like, well, damn, was this shit happening when we was doing it too?
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is going on?
It was happening, bro. That's, you know what I'm saying? It definitely was happening. Like, it's crazy to think about because, but again, everybody just didn't do that. Like, we didn't have a choice in my house. We was gonna play multiple sports. I just end up liking all of them. So, you know, I end up being good in all of them. So I just stayed the course, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know no other way. My dad made me do it. I didn't know no other way. So I thought it was normal. He did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made us do that. My siblings, they had to play sports. Like, he made us do that. So it was like, man, people was doing that. And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess.
I did this shit. I did all my sports just to stay in school, bro. I didn't think I would finish high school if I didn't play sports. Like, I did not take high school serious at all. I just did the shit for the sports type shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I did it. You know what I mean? But my question to you, this wasn't even on the docket, but you saying something that I picked up on, and I already knew, but I just didn't want to bring up on the pod. Your pops, I knew your pops. Your pops was always, you know what I'm saying, always around, always there.
Yeah.
Do you think that, well, obviously, you know, you benefited from it, but do you ever sit back and think about his impact on, you know what I'm saying, your life? Do you ever just sit back and think about that shit? Like, no matter if it's in a positive way, negative way or not, but do you ever just sit back and think about that? We always hear about the stories about niggas who pops wasn't there, who pops was there, but just wasn't shit. Do you ever just sit back and think about him if you was 6, making you work out, making you run, making you lift weights and all that shit, and how you became the man you are today? Do you ever think about that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I thank him all the time for that. My old dude, we like best friends, bro. I talk to him literally, bro. I talk to him every day. Like, I talk to him every day. I try to talk to my mom every day. Like, when my dad, he call me with something wrong, he'll call me with something good. Like, I talk to him all the time. That's the type of relationship we've been had for a long time. So, I mean, of course, I know our benefit, and I appreciate it a whole bunch. Like,
that's good shit.
I never, brag on no shit like that. But I tell people, it's like, bro, I had my dad in my life. So my situation may be a little different from yours, but my dad taught me a lot of stuff. So it's like, and I was fortunate to have my mom in my life too. They just 2 separate households, but they co-parented real well, and they did their thing, and they still cool to this day. So it's like, man, I learned a lot of lessons just living with just my dad alone. You know what I'm saying? My mom had my little sister over her house for the majority of the time, so it's like we grew up straight. Like, it wasn't nothing broken home. We just had 2 homes. So it's like, man, like, I know I've benefited from it, and I appreciate it every day. And I never do nothing to disappoint my parents and let them down.
Nah, that's not, bro. I respect every word you just said, bro. I don't think I would say, bro. Nah, brag on that shit, bro. Because it's the reason why I say is because when I brought my boy Savage on here, and we was talking about some stereotype of black men not being around for their kids. And I'm like, fam, when I was growing up, all my homeboys' pops was there. Even if they wasn't with the mama, if I knew your pops, the nigga was around enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said with you, like you only seen you when you was at your mama crib. But I knew who your pops was. Like if your pops seen me when we was kids, he would say, "What's up?" I go shake his hand type shit. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, people got to brag on that and make sure motherfuckers know, bro. That stereotype may have existed, you know what I'm saying, alone. And I'm just not saying niggas ain't taking care of kids still, but that number ain't as high as people be making it out the same, bro. So I just wanted to make sure I tapped on that because you are living proof of a man taking care of his kid, being his child life and loving him not only as a father, but as a friend, and the child reaping those benefits from that, man. So I want to bring that up.
For sure.
Now, we talked about the lessons you learn from sports, you know what I'm saying? The tradition and the pride go hand in hand, like you mentioned. I want to ask you about the lessons you learned from recovering from injury. Now, a nigga like me, man, I'll be honest with you. Senior year, I tore my meniscus. I was done. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want it as bad as you other niggas want it, man. Once I was limping off the field, that was it for me. I didn't have the images of running down the tunnel with the cameraman all in my face, you know, so getting ready for game day. That shit was out the window, bro.
Yeah.
For you, now we fast forward a little bit from high school, but we fast forward into your collegiate year. You're recovering from your injury when you tore your ACL and your LCL. My question to you is, what did you learn about yourself? Because, like I said, not everybody can bounce back from injury. You know what I mean? You go through dark times recovering. You know, especially when you go from being quote unquote a macho man, nigga, a big strong man that can do this and do this on the field, and you know what I'm saying, your athleticism is in peak condition. When that's taken away from you for a extended time, what did you learn about yourself, bro?
Man, I learned, to be honest, I'm trying to think, like, one of the biggest things was just like mental. Like, bro, it was destroying and heartless, especially with the position that I knew I was about to be in. Mm-hmm. And so not a lot of people know though, but I mean, I got hurt the game to go to the playoffs. Playoff game is the next weekend. Boom. And then, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Russell.
Are you good, bro? You good? Should happen.
I'm trying to see how I get back on the screen.
I can still see you.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. But I was, weighing on that, and the next weekend they had a playoff game, lose by 3. Me and the starting middle linebacker was out hurt, and we was the main guys on defense.
Yeah.
And that was my dog Zig, and they lose by 3. Man, the agent I had at the time, he called me 2 days later. He called me a day later. And it was like, all right, I see our season over. I got you, you know what I'm saying? I got you a spot with the Hamilton Titan Cats in CFL.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he ain't know that I had got hurt. I didn't tell him. So I'm like, I'm sick. He's like, they're gonna need you up there by Wednesday. By this time it's Sunday. And I'm like, Brian, I tore my ACL. And he was like, what? I was like, man, I went to the doctor this weekend. I tore my ACL. So he was rambling. He was like, you got to tell me when this type of stuff happens. You know, you got to keep me informed because I'm working for you and, you ain't telling me nothing.
Yeah.
I got you spot in CFL like you wanted. You said wait till the end of the season to do it. I did. He did everything right. He did everything I asked him. And, that was like devastating to me because I had goals and every time I was setting a goal, I started to reach it.
Yeah.
So I was checked out to go in my box. In that league, in the IFL, I was going to be first team all league, and I was going to win the chip. Man, we won the first chip for the Iowa Born Stormers in franchise history. Kurt Warner ain't do it. He played for them in 95 and 96. He ain't even do it. He a whole Super Bowl champion.
Off your shit, nigga.
Man, so I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Me and my roommates all had the same goal. We did that.
Yeah.
We did that. I had to work out with the AAF team in Atlanta. Got made on the short list. We didn't AAF end up shutting down. You know, that was okay. So now I end up going to indoor another year. 2019 when I get hurt to the year we talking about. And it was like, bro, like I was this close to reaching another goal of mine. I can't be stopped. And so luckily enough, my agent was like, man, you know, whenever you get healthy, I got you. I'm gonna get you a spot with the St. Louis team, the XFL. I'm gonna get you a workout there on your trip. I know you're gonna make it. Just let me know when you healthy. And sure, by that time come running around when I wasn't healthy enough, and I'm like, I'm good. And he ended up, you know what I'm saying? He ended up going to jail for some whole other stuff. He had gone on with a different company, yeah. So, but like he, you know what I'm saying? He did what he needed to do for me, and I was just devastated because I was like, man, I'm this close to reach another goal, taking another further step.
Yeah.
Like, and I just failed. So that's like it was like devastating. I'm like, bro, what I'm gonna do? How I'm gonna recover? How long it's gonna take? Like I don't know. I didn't know. I just knew that hey, I just gotta start rehab. And when after I get ready to start rehab, be able to bounce back, go to the crib, I'm gonna do that. And then, you know, finish rehab there and just get ready. So, you know, push kind of shove. Glad I made a great decision because COVID happened.
Yeah.
I heard 2 weeks before the shutdown happened. So
niggas catching blessings.
I'm in Joplin for 2 weeks at Missouri Southern for 2 weeks. And we go on spring break after 2 weeks. We finna come back off spring break. I'm driving. I'm 2 hours outside of St. Louis. I get an email from the school. Whole campus shut down. Don't come back to Mason. I call the coach. He like, y'all stay at the crib. We'll get on Zoom tomorrow. And we'll just, you know, work from the crib. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it's crazy, but I'm gonna go to the crib and spend time with my peoples, bro. Like,
yeah.
It was lovely while I was at the crib. When it shut down, you know, I know people was going through their own struggles, but for me, man, I was just still trying to recover mentally and everything. And I was around my people, so we good. You know what I'm saying? I went out at AZ by myself no more. And I'm back at the crib. I'm feeling good. I'm living good. I'm not tripping.
Man, I swear to God, bro. Every time you say that shit, bro, I get mad. I didn't know you was out here, dog. I promise you I did, bro. Hold on, my nigga. Did these niggas look? Oh, these niggas lost, Keith. Oh, these niggas lost, dog.
LA.
Oh, these niggas lost, dog. You know what? Fuck it, man. Let's keep the episode going, man. These niggas pissed me off, dog. For the people that's listening, man, the Lakers fucking lost to OKC after being up by 18. Niggas lost 123 to 115, man. Jesus motherfucking Christ. But LeBron didn't play, man, so that's the good thing about it. But you, like you said, recovering from your mental, you know what I mean? Because that's why I make sure I start the podcast off with a mental health check, because I think that as Black men, we don't really talk about that shit too much. You know what I mean? Like for us, it's all about what's the next, what's the goal, what I got to do to get right. Like you said, what got you through your whole process was knowing that you had a goal in mind. You want to recover from your, you know, rehabilitation from your injury and stuff like that. So it's good to know that life kind of worked out the way it had to work out for you to get back right from that situation. Like you said, 2 weeks before, you know, 2 weeks after getting a job, you get COVID lockdown. Now you got to go home and be with your family. You know, like I said, it's different from recovering by yourself in hot ass Arizona to then being around with the family, laughing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I already know that shit's kind of provided a sense of comfort for you, bro. So I'm happy that you even got that. And I'm happy that you was able to bounce back mentally from that, because you could have easily been one of those niggas that 10, 15 years later from now talking about some, I could have been this, I could have been that, I should have been this, I should have been that. You just moved on and you know, it's making a better way for yourself. But the injury also led you into coaching, correct?
Correct.
Okay, let's tap into that, bro, because we talked pre-pod, you know, it's in the pre-pod meeting, you let me know that during your injury you was coaching some women's basketball, you know, so just to, you know, get shit right.
I love that too.
Yeah,
love coaching women's basketball.
What you love about coaching? Okay, let me ask you this first before you answer that. What's the main difference between coaching a women's team and a man's team?
Girls play harder.
Is it because they don't have the physical gifts to get by and rely on that?
I don't think it's that. I think it's more so just the way they approach the game. I mean, come on, it's either you got it or you don't in sports. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And most, the area we coaching in, for girls basketball, you'll have some athletes, but them girls ain't been playing basketball forever. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had the blessing of coaching 2 track stars. Hey, 2 track stars. They run Division I track right now.
Oh, shit.
I had the blessing to coach both of those young ladies. They was some athletes, and one of them was a killer on the court, and one of them just wasn't a killer on the court, but she was fast. She was fast. We could do something with speed, but they play harder, and it's not even, the skill is a difference, and it's a lot of girls have some great skill, but I mean, I used to just JV basketball team in North County. I mean, we were public school. You ain't gonna have just elite skills sit on the JV team. They all on varsity.
Right.
It was just different, and I could get the girls to play hard. And some of these girls ain't even grown up with their dad around. Yeah. But some of them are. But I would build a relationship with those young ladies based off because I went to the school. My picture's hanging up on the wall. Yeah. I had 2 siblings that came through the school that was well known through the school. And they were athletes and they did good things.
You had credibility.
I had credibility. I was well respected, from staff at the school, from administration side to everything. I had built up a rapport. So when it came to having, getting the young ladies to play hard, man, it took me till my last year to figure out a lot of stuff. Like my first 2 years, I was coaching with my dog Letitia, and she came over and helped me. We split a coaching contract to coach JV. Okay. And it was amazing, but I felt like I needed a woman there with me, especially a black woman there with me, a coach that understood the game and would help me understand these young ladies better. Right. We did that in my first 2 years. But the 3rd year I coached, she wasn't able to coach with me. I'm like, cool, I'll take the whole JV by myself. I'm ready.
Because now. Those 2 years helped you, you know what I'm saying, learn them more and learn the job more. Yeah.
Yeah, not to only mention the year before that same year when I first started coaching, right after pro day, right when I was coaching I was coaching girls track at a private school, Rosati Kane, that my dad used to coach at. I was coaching girls track over there. So, that's a different dynamic of girls. Now come back over to the crib. Yes, sir. It's a whole different dynamic now. Now you walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So coaching those young ladies, I can relate to them more, or they can relate to me more, vice versa. But also, I would keep it a buck with all those young ladies. But also, they see me as a mentor because, of course, I was a coach that cared. A lot of coaches care. But they see me as a mentor. They see somebody they could trust and that was going to lead them the right way. Mm-hmm. So it took me to my last year to actually start just really figuring the kids out, like just to a T, because I think was the year before that, or was it during that year, I had worked at Walnut Grove. It was that year. I had worked at Walnut Grove as an ISS teacher. And ISS in elementary school is crazy, right? But those kids was huge. And so say for instance, a kid he just walk in mad.
Pissed off at the world for no reason.
Mad. Like either something happened at the crib or you hungry. Something happened at the crib, something just happened now while you was at the school, or you hungry. Yeah. And a lot of times the kids were just hungry.
Nigga just want a snack.
Like he ain't ate nothing yet. And that ain't the case for all kids, but a lot of times when they walk in with a natural attitude, it's one of those 3 things. And they was hungry. Yeah. And so I had, my 3rd year, I had with coaching, JV girls basketball. I went throughout the school and personally picked girls out like, hey, come play ball. Like it was a young lady I had, she was getting in trouble in gym class every day. Yeah. The gym teacher told me she was getting in trouble every day. She was tall. Her brother was a Division I athlete that currently still plays college football. and she was tall and athletic, and she was a freshman. And I go in the gym one day and I say, "Hey, come to basketball practice, come to basketball trials." All right. And you know what? She was amazing for me. She was everything I envisioned her being. The attitude, everything. And I would, get on her.
Yeah.
And it changed her whole attitude in class. Cause she knew, hey man, if you got in trouble class, everybody, like, I'm not playing that. Cause I'm not outside the school, so I go to the teacher and we'll confront it face to face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so then slowly and surely, it be times she come in just dragging around. Like, we ain't about to do that. I take out the hall with it. What's wrong? She nothing, coach. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, what you eat today? I ain't eating nothing. That school lunch next. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I started doing was, like, I would go buy like chips and fruit and put it in my car. So if she had one of them days, or somebody else had one of them days, I'd go to the car real quick. While you got to recognize energy as soon as they come in the gym.
Facts.
I go to the car, boom, eat this real quick. Now they back straight. They eat the chips and the orange, and they good. They ready. They finna go for a 2-hour practice up and down the court. No complaint.
Yeah.
And so it took me until my last year to understand that. So now, you playing JV sports. Y'all not getting no food before the game. You know what I'm saying? No. You're not even first off, we barely eating lunch. The boys will eat it because we hungry. We're gonna eat a lot of energy. So we
burning up too much energy not to eat that shit.
Yeah, like we're gonna force it down. You know what I'm saying? We hungry. We gonna eat. Girls, not so much. They like, I ain't gonna eat. They'd rather starve than eat what they got, which I understand.
Yeah, so, they smarter than us.
We just don't care. We like, bro, I
don't give a fuck.
So before every game, we got a lot of games in basketball season.
Yeah,
bro, I would either I would go, because usually JV play first right at 4.
Yep.
I would go get like loaves of bread at PB&J's, and I had them make them. And it became a routine. I'm like, bro, we got to get something to eat before we play.
Yeah.
And if we played a little later, I'd get pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But we played earlier, I get the loaves of bread at PB&J, and I kept it at the school, and I always restock. And I went to go get me a team manager. One of the young men I had in one of my classes, Morion, he was always clowning in class and he joking all the time. He loud.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, hey man, come be a manager for the basketball team, for the JV team. Like, all right, I got you, coach.
Yeah.
Always funny and everything. He come to practice every day. So I have him making PB&J. I have another young lady make PB&J. And if you one of the first girls to get dressed, go and start making these PB&Js. Yeah. And they took pride in it. Like, they will all make them PB&Js. Like, if somebody was dressed early, I say this stuff now, it became routine to even the varsity coming to get PB&Js now.
Uh-huh.
So like, it just became routine. Like, coach, you got PB? Yeah, I got some. And it became routine to the fact, like, bruh, like, this is me and the whole world to the like. This is giving us an advantage that we didn't have before. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier or my previous couple years.
But you know what that build, bro? That builds team camaraderie.
Indeed.
And that builds that team chemistry. And also it goes back to what you say you believe, what you learn from sports, the tradition. That tradition and pride, because that's what you instill with the PB&J, with the making sure motherfuckers, even they got a bad attitude and stuff like that. That's instilling that tradition. That's also instilling into those young women that they had somebody in their corner. They had somebody that gave a fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's truly all it takes for sometimes for somebody to turn their act right. Like you said, with the young woman you was describing, tall, athletic, had a family history of some athletic motherfuckers. But when you start putting on a team, once you start showing that you actually care, even if it was, oh, you ain't ate, let's make sure you get some in your stomach. Yeah. Those little things showed that young woman that you cared, and then she started balling for you. And not only she started balling for you, you said her attitude in school started turning around too.
Attitude was changing.
Man, that's why I wanted to bring you on, bro, because we finna get real deep into your coaching now, because now we finna move over into you coaching the young men. But that's why I wanted to bring you on here, bro, because it's important for people to see people of our color, people that look like us, think like us, talk like us, that listen to the same music we listen to, all that good shit that shows the initiative to care about the younger generation.
Yeah.
Even if it is coaching, sports. Like I said, it's two niggas that's sitting right here and can tell you about what they learned about not only themselves but life through sports. That's an important figure in a young child's life, a young woman, a young man's life.
Yeah.
So it's nothing but love and respect to you, bro. Like I give it up how I give it up, bro. I show love because I believe in karma. I want love back. So I show love to people I believe that deserves it, bro. And it's never hard to do that when you know somebody actually deserve it, bro. So before we even move on, man, I want to say shout out to you, man, and even making these steps in your life to help change lives, bro. That's truly what it is.
Nah, for sure, bro. You gotta get in it for something, bro. I might as well use my purpose.
Facts. So like we discussed, you know what I'm saying, pre-pod, you know, so you gotta be a strong man for other people to follow you. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about lifting weights. We ain't talking about nothing. We're talking about the mentality, the realness and sincerity of the person.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how do you approach coaching?
Man, you gotta approach it as, man, every kid not the same. Everybody's just not the same. Like you can't take the same approach as you would to somebody as you would somebody else. I mean, they all different. They all got the attitudes. Me coaching wise, man, I learned from I would say one of my greatest. I had a few position coaches in college, so I was able to learn a lot, from a multitude of people.
Yeah.
And one of the guys, he coached he's the D-line coach of Georgia right now. And Georgia ranked number 1 in the nation. They got the number 1 defense in the nation, and it all starts up front.
Yeah.
So he was a key point in like just me thinking about coaching, because like the way he messed with us was like different. Like the way he got us to play was different, and it was to a point where we all respect him, but we all play hard for him, and like it was a mentality that he built within us. So how he approached it and handled it was different than how I had seen it.
Yeah.
Plus, I was still fresh to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like he just made it fun to play. At a point, he made the game fun to play for you. Like the game was kind of slowed down for you. He was a technician, he was a teacher, he was a mentor, all that good stuff. So not only, my dad's my number 1 hero, period. My mama, she's my other number 1. Like,
love to hear that.
Love them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody struggled at a point in their life. When I was struggling in college, my dad just sent me random quotes. Like I remember those quotes. Now, on the other hand, I remember Trey Scott quotes. That's his name, Trey Scott. He's my coach with Georgia. I remember his quotes and what he used to say to me, and things that resonated with me. I still use them same quotes. One time, and he'll have a quote for everything. We in the weight room, we lifting. We on the time period at this point with the lifts and what we doing during the set.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, coach, I said, dang, coach, what time is it? How much time is the?" He's like, "KJ." He said, "KJ, work to the standard, not the time." And I'm like, "Bro, what?" Work to the standard, not the time. He got saying, "Work to the standard, not the time." He be on that type of time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're right. It don't even matter how much time. I'm just going ahead and keep working. But he say stuff like that was like real stuff. And he'll lead it by example, and that stuff resonated with me. So when I be thinking about my coaching, and I know how my dad used to coach cats and how he got us hard to play, to play hard for him, and how he instilled discipline in us. That was his biggest thing, was instilling discipline. We had to have a certain color shirt and socks for basketball.
Yeah.
Football, we outside all summer. We was really out there training all summer. Like he had us at Deadwood Park training all summer, and it was like, man, just crazy. But like I was used to that though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was already used to that. So I would say how he was teaching us, how he would instill discipline in us. Take how Trey Scott was just meshing with us. Then I had another coach, Coach Cub, how he was doing things for us, Coach Buddha. I would instill all that, not to leave out my high school coaches. But they were some great coaches, like Coach Chadi, Coach Brown, Coach Cali, Coach Castro. All of my coaches out in high school were great. And we had a system in North. So how they approach coaching, how they approach coaching, how college coaches approach coaching, all that, put it in one pot and stir it. Yeah. Now you take the best out of what you like out of everything.
That coaching gumbo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. But now, guess what? Now you putting it with your values. Now you putting it with your personality. You putting it how you approach stuff. You put it all in a pot and you drinking it. Now spit it out. Yeah. And everybody gotta approach it different. Everybody gonna be able to do it the same.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
So that's kind of how it resonated for me. And my approach is, man, I'm going to show you I care about you. I'm gonna show you why I care about you. I'm gonna show you I love you. I'm gonna show you the right things to do. I gotta show you. Yeah. I just in the end, I just want to know that you really want to do this. Yeah. And if you don't, then let me know, and I'll help you find something that you really want to do, and I'll support you.
See, bro, and that's the shit right there, bro. Because I've always thought about what it would take for a coach to just get to me. All you gotta do is be real, and you gotta value the importance in the details. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, cause it went back. I went back to something you said about when you was coaching the women's basketball. I've always looked at women's sports as they care more about the details. You know what I'm saying? They pay way more attention to the details than dudes did. And I've always respect. That's why I love watching WNBA. Like, they might not be dunking and shit, but they gonna set the hell out them pick and rolls, and that shit gonna look pristine, my nigga. Like, but it's the same thing when it come to kids and what you want. Everything you saying, like you said, taking from all the coaches you had growing up. You know what I'm saying? JFL, high school, collegiate, indoor football league, all that. When you take all your bits and pieces from the coaches that you like, and then put your own sauce on there, the main thing I'm getting from your point of view is you actually care about the person. You know what I'm saying? Before we even get to the on-field, on-court shit, you make sure you establish that relationship with the actual person first before you can actually ask them to start running through a wall for you. And I think that's important.
Yeah. And it's not gonna come, straight off the bat. It takes time because people got to get time to open up to you. But I mean, coaching high school ball, you're a lot closer to the kids. You're in the school with the kids every day. Yeah. So it's like, bro, that's kind of where it's just like I know how I felt as a player. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could really play for anybody. I know how I felt as a player. Yeah. It was kind of like, man, like I got treated in such a way, and I produce. And I was like, I gotta treat these kids in such a way so they can produce. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was just, man, how can you change the youth? This how you do it. Yeah. Like, how we gonna help change it? This how you do it. What's your purpose on life? Yeah, you gotta change these cats. Right. You be helping people. I've been helping people my whole life. So why would I stop now? That obviously is my purpose. Right. Now I gotta do it.
Damn, that's some real shit. Why would I stop now? It's obviously my purpose. Damn. That's some real shit. That's some of the real shit I heard all day, bro. I ain't gonna fake it to you. Now my next question to you is what common things do you see now that you're on the other side, now you into the coaching realm and things of that nature? What are the common things you see from the young men / athletes that's coming into college? Because I know when you was an athlete, a student athlete, you had a different aspect on shit. You probably didn't trip off the common similarities between the other motherfucking athletes. But now that you on the coaching staff, what do you see? What are the common things you see? Like it can be on field or off field. What are the things that you see? Like, damn, like he going through this too. We gotta help this kid in this area as well. Like, what are the common things you see, bro?
To be honest, every kid think they're gonna make it to the league. And it's not that they can't reach their goals. It's just the fact that it's a fact that, man, you may not be in the league may not be for you. You may not be for the league, but like what's next? And that's a common thing you see even when I was in college. I mean, of course, that's my mindset. Right. Of course, that's every you know what I'm saying, college athlete mindset. Playing at high levels. That's the mindset. Yeah. But it's like I came to a point probably like maybe last year of why I didn't make it to the league. Right, you wasn't league ready. I wasn't league ready.
Why do you think you wasn't league ready, bro? Let me ask you that.
Man, because I didn't take my diet as serious. You know what I'm saying? As far as like body composition wise, and I was strong as a deal. I could still move some of that, but I ain't take it too serious to where fixing my body comp. You know what I'm saying? Get my body fat down in the right areas. You know, doing what I'm supposed to do with that. You know, that was my whole aspect. Like, you know, we'll play HGC teams, and I play perfect technique, and I'll do my thing. I'll ball out. I have great film, still clips now. And we'll play against teams that's our level, FCS, and it'll be like, I'll play to their level. When, in fact, if we play on a high level team, I'm going to play at a high level.
Right.
But the guy across from me is, you know, not as high as level as me, then I'm going to kind of play to his level. You know?
Yeah, I feel that. I think that happens a lot. I think that happens a lot with down there. A lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
That's kind of, you know, realization like, bro, you weren't ready to go to the league. You weren't good enough to go to the league at that time. Ain't no way you thought you should have been going to the league, bro. That was the whole messed up mindset. You weren't ready for that. And so that's the common thing we try to get across those guys' head to try to change their mindset up. If I ain't gonna go to the league doing what I'm doing now, what do I need to change to get there?
Right.
So that's a common struggle. You know, especially Division I football, that's a common struggle.
Because now niggas think they made it to D1. They like, shit, I know I can make it to the league if I make it to D1.
Right. You know, I know I can make it. That ain't the case, man. You ain't producing like you think. At the end of the day, you got to produce to get to the league.
Right.
Because you think you hard, don't mean you hard.
Because like, it's 1,000 other niggas that's doing that same shit.
How many other guys out there doing that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like trying to help change their mindset and help them realize, like, man, either I got to change what I'm doing now to get there, or that's not for me. But while I'm here, I'm gonna be at a high level, and you know, giving my best and try to do what I can to give my best here.
Yeah.
And you see that that's what you see that's most common. Like it's like they either league or bust, and it's like really it ain't all that ain't the case.
Right. Yeah. Niggas always is in the league or bust. Where it's like, nah, bro, it's a whole lot of gray area in between that.
Yeah, a whole lot of gray area, man. It's more to life than just talking about I'm gonna make it to the league. Yeah, that's good and everything, but you know what you gonna do when the ball start rolling? Because it's gonna start rolling. Whether you make it or not, it's gonna stop rolling for you.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna come to a halt. But I think it's important that you being somebody that I don't want to say be a realistic, but you accept the reality type shit. Like for you to sit back and be like, fam, I just wasn't ready type shit. Like if you could sit back and say that, then I think it'd be way easier for you to, you know, for all the kids around you that got them same type of goals, they can see you and be like, nah, bro, do this. Because when I did this, I fucked up because I wasn't taking it as serious as I should have been. I think that helps you connect even more.
Yeah. I think I do at times, and I just try to keep it real, bro. Like
niggas respect the real, man. That's truly what people respect the real. But that leads me into this, you know, your love of the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to somebody that was a stud on the field, talking to somebody that overcame injuries, talking to somebody that's leading the younger generation, both genders, you know what I'm saying, female and male, helping them be better people in life. Well, it all comes back to your love of the game. You know what I mean? Your love of the game is what got you to your coaching career. Your love of the game is what's getting you to help you through the recruiting process and helping change all these lives. I want to talk about your love of the game and going to the arena football league, to the indoor football league, because a lot of people, like you said, you see the league or bust. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people probably look at indoor football league, because when we was growing up, it was something, but it wasn't as serious as niggas was talking about it now. It was just like the backyard bully shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, you want to see niggas get fucked up? Indoor football league, my nigga. You want to see where the rules been a little bit? Indoor football league, my nigga. But now I can honestly say I fuck with it because it grew its own tradition, like you mentioned earlier, and it grew its own culture. But the love of the game is one thing that you gotta have for an indoor football league because it ain't the NFL. You out there because you love the motherfucking game. Yeah. So when I bring up Arena Football League, that's another reason why I call you a legend, bro, because I know a nigga that was out there in indoor football league doing that shit. You don't run across too many niggas that do that. So when I run across these stats, you know what I'm saying? You think about the 22 tackles, you think about the 9 assists, you think about the 31 total tackles, the 5.5 sacks, the 15 tackles for loss, led the league in tackles for lost yards with 58 yards. You had 1 fumble recovery, first team all league, and you missed 4 games. When you think about your time in indoor football league, fam, what comes to mind?
Man, I mean, bro, it was a fun time, bro. That's the first time in my life I played football and didn't have to worry about school. Being a professional athlete, it felt different. I mean, we're in the NFL, but you feel like you in the NFL almost.
Yeah.
So, like the city, people in the city knowing you, like you playing on TV on the weekends, you know, you getting certain perks because of who you are. I mean, in Iowa, man, I didn't know what to think about the morning Iowa. And I'm like, Iowa ain't somebody being from St. Louis and they never been up there. Be like, I ain't messing with it. It was way different than what I thought it was gonna be. Like it was different. I it was black people in Iowa. I didn't I ain't saying like that, but at the same time, I am because we from St. Louis. It's
trust me, I know. You ain't thinking about no niggas in Iowa. You thinking about white dudes and suspenders in Iowa. You ain't thinking about no niggas in Iowa.
I'm thinking it's a little country in Iowa, man. But you know, Des Moines was diverse. And it was a nice sized city, and I'm like, man, it's not nothing I thought about it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm like, shoot, I had been to Iowa once before. I went to a track meet and stuff, but it's like it's nothing I thought it was gonna be. Like it's regular. It's cool. Yeah. And it was a whole different experience playing the Iowa field, bro. And it was amazing. I was having fun. I didn't have to do school, so I could play football and just focus on football. And my first 2 years when I was in Iowa, bro, we started at 6 and be done by 10 every day. And when we done at 10, we walking over across the downtown Skywalk to go to the Y and work out. We work out hooping. And like, you done for the day. Like, I got all this time throughout the day to do anything I want.
Right.
I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I loved it.
This is the life, nigga.
This is the life. I loved it. Hey, you know, everything got its downfall, but like, everything paid for. We make a minimum amount of money. You can go get a side job if you want to. Like, it was everything that I wanted it to be, as far as like, you know, just having that freedom. And it was lit. It was fun. But I still talk. Me and my dog still talk about our time up there. I still got pictures and videos and everything, and all the memories still online, all that. And then to do that there, having it be able to experience living in Iowa for those 2 years was an amazing experience. Met a lot of people, and then turn around and move to Arizona for a year. It was amazing. Like it's a whole different lifestyle out west. Like it was a whole different lifestyle going out there. So I'm like, dang, like just crazy. Football will take me to a lot of states, meeting a lot of different people, a lot of different cities, like a whole bunch of experience I wouldn't have had without it. And so it was like, man, this is amazing. My time at IFL, it was just amazing. I loved it, and I miss it. And I could have still went back, after I healed up and everything. I actually got a couple phone calls the other week. And I'm coaching, I'm good. But like, it was a life, bro. Is everything you ain't get to experience. Put like that. If you ever feel like you ain't get to experience something, and for me, it was like everything I didn't get to experience. And it gave me the experience to do that. And shoot, I can't regret my time in the indoor league, bro. It was just amazing.
Nah, shit, sound you had a good ass motherfucking me time, bro. So I got two questions just to follow up on that. Do you think at that point in time in life that's what you needed?
Did I need it? Man, I'm trying to think. Maybe. I mean, as a young cat fresh out of college, like I was coming home a little bit while I was in college, but I was off in the country in Tennessee, town of 10,000 people. So now I'm getting a whole different new experiences by playing arena, and I'm staying in all these places, traveling all these places, doing these whole different things. I'm back in big cities now.
Yeah.
4 years in a small little town, and it was like, bro, this is amazing, and this is why my dad always be like, you got to go off to college. Like, you ain't what in St. Louis, what? And my dad's St. Louis through and through. You feel me? He ain't moving out of St. Louis. Like he ain't moving out right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he like, man, you got to, get out and explore the world. He always told me that. And so it was like, man, all these places, it's probably something I needed, and like I said, I benefited from the experience. So it was like it's crazy. This is the life. Like I enjoy this life. Like why haven't I experienced this early in life? I mean, gracious.
I say that because I know when niggas like when dudes go off to school or whenever they plan didn't go how they wanted to, like you said, going to make it to the NFL, things like that. Like I said, they can go into like a slump. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, do you think that you need to go to the indoor football league just to like I said, not only experience the things you didn't experience, but just as a mental break? But I wanted to ask you this. Through all your time, you know what I'm saying? You got the on-field shit, and you got the locker room. What do you think you miss more? You miss the locker room or you miss the on-field?
I'm trying to think, man. The on-field was amazing because, of course, you love the game. The locker room was cool because it's just the camaraderie built and everything, and all your experiences shared throughout the time. But I mean, to be honest, probably be the locker room, like the locker room and off the field. Like spent a lot of time with my dog Z. We played our first 2 seasons at Iowa. We both went to Tucson together to go play. Like just us coming in as rookies, and we was roommates with my dog Bryce. Bryce went to Northwest. Zig played at Wake Forest, and we all got our stories of how we ended up there. My dude Zig got a gun charge while he was at Wake Forest. Messed up his little shot at the league. He had a shot, but he was still injured when he did camp and everything. And so he still had to recover. So that's how he ended up there. Yeah. My dude Bryce played at Northwest Missouri State. Won national titles. He was a ball player, but he just played D2 ball and didn't get that chance at the league. That's how he ended up there. And me playing at UT Martin, I ain't had no opportunity to leave. That's how I ended up there. And we all came together, and it was like, bro, like they was my roommates too while I was down there.
Okay.
We built a tight relationship while we out there, and we all out of town and stuff like that. We were together every day. We eat together, sleep in the same household. We travel together. We all ride together, practice, ride together, go work out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was a whole another bond made, and it kind of helped us because we all had the same mindset. Like everybody that played in the indoor league, some cats mindset messed up. They on vacation away from their families and stuff.
Right.
And they may not work as hard as us. But we all had the same mindset to where we got these goals and we got to accomplish it. And so we did everything together, and that camaraderie we built right there was good enough right there to spread throughout, a whole team the next year. From our rookie year to the next year, we had at least over half our team was new. And so, but we had a good core. We had a good core of young cats that, we was young, we wanted to thrive. And all that together, bro, that stuff will have you missing it. Like that's what I missed the most right there. I mean,
you was around some like-minded niggas, like-minded individuals. That's where the special stuff happens. When you're around like-minded people who got a common goal. You know what I'm saying? That's when special stuff start to happen.
Definitely.
Let me ask you this, because And we don't got that much on her, bro. I wanna make sure I wrap this pod up for you, bro. Like, once again, bro, I appreciate you coming on, bro. Give me time out your day, bro. Real shit.
No, for sure, bro. You know I mess with you, dog.
Oh yeah, this is a very big moment, bro. I ain't gonna fake it. With this next question, now we two people that look just like our dads, bro. Look just like our fathers. Different story, obviously. My father was killed when I was 3 years old. Your father's still alive and breathing, still doing this thing. Shout out to your pops again. So at this question, when I wrote this question down, it sounded better, but now I'm finna say it may sound stupid. But fuck it. This is how we give it up on this podcast. Have you ever felt like in your life at any point in time that you was chasing a ghost? You know how like motherfuckers like LeBron say he chasing Jordan, you know what I'm saying? And he gotta live up to that. Now with me personally, my pops was killed, so I always heard the dope stories about my pops. So I always felt like I was chasing the ghost to be a certain type of level of good.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that you had to go through that at any point in time in your life? Have you ever thought about that, having to live up to your dad expectations or his standards type shit?
Oh yeah, for sure, all the time. Because still to this day, I heard amazing stories about my dad and him being in college, like how he was the man and all the other stuff, and shoot, yeah, like of course it's always like it's pressure.
Yeah,
it's pressure. Like it is what it is. That's just the nature of the beast. So all the time for sure. But I mean, it never got like the moment got too big for me. He prepared me for the moment. You know, he always prepared me for the moments. I was always, you know, appointed as leaders on the team. He was coaching my team and stuff like that. So it's not like he didn't prep me or he didn't teach me. I mean, he was prepping me for the moment, but it was always pressure. It was always, bro, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be better than him. Like it's a competition. Like in my mind, a lot of stuff in competition. My big sister got a master's, and now I'm working on my master's. I'm about to be done in May and stuff. So it's like it's a competition. Like you ain't gonna be the only one with a master's. I love you, sister. But okay, you setting the standard high. Now I gotta chase that standard because you doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was always like a competition, and it's like, oh, you gotta do it, bro. You ain't got no choice.
That's what's up, bro. Because I swear to God, bro, I wanted to ask that because it's a different situation. You know what I mean? Like my shit, I'm like, yo, bro. To me, it's like when a nigga die, they stories become like super legendary type shit. Like you just can't even. That's like he scored 62 and 3/4. Like what the fuck? How the fuck he do that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's shit like that. So it's like I wanted to make sure I asked you because I know like you look just like your damn daddy, and I like my damn daddy. So I know though that shit is brought up a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want to say shout out to you. Say you're gonna have it done in May. You say your masters?
Yeah, that's the plan. Or if I gotta slow it down, I will. Because you know you get a certain amount of years to be a grad assistant, and so it depends on how everything looking and shake out or whatever. And I'll slow it down if I need to. But I just want to make sure I'm on track. So if I do need to slow it down, I can because I can go to the point where I can only got to take one class or semester. I'll be all right. So you know, however I need my time here spent, it's gonna be it. But if I want to, I can graduate in May and we'll see come in this semester, you know, after the season, see how it's looking, how long I need to extend it, how I need to spread it out.
Yeah, nigga, you better than me, bro. Because they told me, because I got my bachelor's, and they told me I can get my, like 18 months, I can get my master's. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm like, nigga, I do not fuck with school, bro. But like, it's love that you said you working towards yours. You said your big sister got hers, so shout out to your big sister, yeah, man, because that's love, and it builds that competitiveness in between siblings, and that's what break barriers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's love. I don't know, bro. I just thought about this on top of my head. I don't know why. I used to call your sister Denzel Washington, bro. I don't know if she had a crush on Denzel or some shit. I used to call her Denzel Washington, bro. That shit used to be so funny, dog.
I do remember that, bro. I definitely remember that.
I don't know why the fuck I used to do that. She didn't?
No, I forgot what it was for though.
That shit was funny.
I don't remember. The crazy thing is though, like my sisters, they not in no competition. Like they not in no competition. They were like, it ain't nothing in competition. You tripping? To me, it is. But to them, like, don't nobody care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I care. So it's a competition to me.
Yeah, now we as men, as boys, we gotta do that shit, but we gotta give ourselves a drive to get shit accomplished. But we don't like feeling like we ain't doing good enough. You know what I mean? I want to ask you this, bro, because now that you're in this coaching round, you know what I'm saying? This towards the end of the pod, bro. So we're gonna do this and then do the review and do quick hitters and wrap it up. I want to ask you these two questions before we do that. With you being on the coaching side of things now, I know you heard about the shit going on with Mike Tomlin. I want to ask you, do you feel like he's being disrespected by the media with them asking him about going back to college and all that good shit?
Yeah, that was wild, man. I mean, that's the kind of dude that's very disrespectful, man. Mike Tomlin been in the league a long time, one of the few black coaches that's been in the league for a long time with the head, man. And like that stuff, it was like, man, come on now. But now I kind of seen where one of the comments stem from. I don't know if it's the exact source, but I seen what's the DB name? He worked for ESPN now. I forget his name. He played at USC and he played with the Steelers.
Ron Clark.
Yeah, Ron Clark.
Right.
He was saying he didn't mean it in that way. He was saying like USC need to offer him a whole lot of money and he will chip in. Like he was like, they need to offer him whatever he's asking for to get him here. Because he's a great coach, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what he was saying that's what he was trying to explain that he was saying it as. And you know, reporters taking the run with it, they gotta build storylines and everything. But that's like, come on now, y'all. Like y'all reaching now. Like, come on. Y'all disrespecting this man. He's been in the league this long, been successful this long. Y'all telling this man like, oh, you gonna go take a college job? No, a lot of coaches want to go work in the NFL. Like,
I'm pretty sure, unless you fucking Nick Saban or some shit.
Unless you Nick Saban, a lot of coaches want to work in the NFL. And Nick Saban got the special recipe down there, hands down.
Right.
But a lot
he got the keys to the motherfucking state. He ain't going nowhere.
Man, Nick Saban house so big, man. We went down to Bama. I seen that thing from the outside. That thing so big. But that's that thing so big. That's just from the outside looking in. But
that nigga got bread, dog. But it's one thing I say, because like I say, even if Ron Clark said it and it got taken out of context, like this is Mike Tomlin, fam. Like dude been coaching the Steelers for like 15 years. Like he ain't never had a losing season. Like he said, why you not asking Andy Reid and motherfucking me Harbaugh and all them niggas that shit? Why you asking me? Like what the fuck?
Why they being weird to me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, bro.
And when I came across that news and I knew we had this episode coming up, I want to ask you, because I don't know what the goal is, but like you just said every coach want to make it to NFL. Is that a goal for you to actually end up working on Sundays one day?
Man, when I first thought about coaching, I didn't think so. But then as I started coaching, I was like, yeah, it's a goal. Like that's a goal, and that's a goal I'm gonna reach. And shoot, whenever I reach it, but that's a goal. And I mean, come on now, who doesn't want to be a professional coach, working with professionals? That you already chopped another element off your stress. You don't got to worry about kids' classwork.
Right.
Like, come on, now you just chop something off your. You don't got to call that guy every day to check on him. You don't have to be with him for 11 months out of the year. In the off season, he's going home. He's gonna go train with his private trainer back in his hometown in his other house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you on vacation.
Yeah.
You're almost on vacation when you got your vacation. You ain't got to worry about when you being on vacation. A kid about to call you, be like, "Hey, coach, yada." Oh man, you threw me on vacation. Now it's like,
right, you fucked up my day, nigga.
You know, in the professional level, you can still, of course, you still have to manage people, but it's like it's a lot less managing you got to do, and you know, so you're not really. Sometimes you impacted some lives, but at that age, you know, those guys grown. But it's like it's the league. It's prime. This is top of the crop.
Right.
Like you at the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, once you reach that goal and you do however long you want to do, whatever goals you want to reach, you reach them. It's like, man, ain't nothing past that. That's that.
Nah, that's real shit. And when somebody with your competitive fervor, you want to be with the big dog. So I definitely understand that.
You want to be with the big fish.
Facts. Do you ever think that? Because you follow the NBA as well. this last offseason, it's been a huge uptick in the amount of African American coaches that's been hired. It's been like at least 7 or 9 of them got hired in this past offseason. Do you ever think that the NFL, with them the way they doing Mike Tomlin with those questions and shit like that, and we know the good old boy system in the NFL, do you ever think there would be? I don't want to say half, but like, do you ever think there would be an uptick in the amount of head coaches that's black in the NFL?
Yeah, I think it would be. I mean, at the same time, you know, it is what it is with the situations given at hand. But like, you know, put in this instance, you know, as a black coach, your leash a lot shorter.
Yeah,
and that's just the lay of the land. So it is what it is. So it's like it kind of make it hard, you know, for guys to, you gotta lose a season to be able to stay there. You got multiple losing seasons to be able to stay there. I mean,
yeah, you got multiple losing seasons. They gonna kick your ass out the league for good. Fuck that.
They're like, you know, it's kind of I mean, it's just a lay of the land, but I think it'll be more. And to be honest, you know, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, you know, it's a lot of great coaches out there. All coaches.
Yeah.
Just in the whole coaching profession, it's more than you just know how to coach. You better know somebody.
Oh yeah.
You better have show somebody that you could do something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You better know somebody that give you a chance.
Facts.
For even me to get down here, I had to know somebody. Now I'm blessed with the opportunity.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to take it and run with it. I mean, shoot, like they gave me the opportunity. Okay, this is what you asked for. This was on your goal sheet right here. You said you wanted to do this.
Right.
And nobody else said they wanted. You said you wanted to do this. So now you gotta just expand the opportunity. So it's like, man, you gotta do everything you can to just do good with your opportunity.
Yeah. Nice, real shit. This life is all about relationships, bro. You gotta know some people to get to where you want to go sometimes, man. For the most part, I should say. Let's go ahead and get into the NFL review, bro. Who your team, bro? Who you fucking with? You a Rams nigga?
Oh, you already know I'm a Rams fan.
Oh man, you a Rams nigga, man.
Oh man, the best team in the league, man.
They looking like it. I still got my doubts about Stafford. I gotta see him do it on the big stage. We all knew he was a gunslinger. He had a big arm and shit like that, but we gotta see him do it on the big stage, obviously. I like everything else about them. Cooper Kupp he routing niggas up, ain't he? I ain't never seen this before.
People like this: scheme plus talent equals wins. Production.
Nah, that's true.
If you in that scheme, that's gonna let you expose your talent.
Yeah,
you're gonna be straight, and that's what he do.
They say he the triple crown leader in receptions, yards, catches. I mean, he got like, what is this? It's catches, yards. Is it touchdowns?
Oh yeah, he's gonna surpass. He's gonna have his best year this year.
He probably, if the season stopped right now, he probably got his best year.
He almost about to pass it up. He got his best year this year.
He route niggas. Like I put this on my social media, bro. These wide receivers is routing niggas up. You got Cooper Kupp with the Rams, and I think he played for the Raiders. What's the white boy for the Raiders, bro?
Renfro.
Renfro, yeah. They routing niggas up, dog.
You know, Hunter had played with Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah.
He was the cat that caught the game when it was a 2-point conversion or a touchdown.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember.
That's the same guy.
They them white boys routing shit. They got that. I don't know the name of the route, but it's like a broken route that they out there doing. They out there tearing niggas a new one with that motherfucker, man.
Really, it start with their releases and they get a little space, boy. All they gotta do is get a little space and one cut, ball there, we good.
We good. And to me, they don't do extra. Like they end up breaking the big play, but they ain't really trying to make the big play. They just trying to do what they can, get the necessary yardage.
Oh yeah,
the defense fuck up.
You gotta be smart as a receiver now, because you can't be taking too many of them big old licks now. Like, get what you gonna get and go ahead and get ready for the next play. Like, that's all across the board. Get what you gonna get ready for the next play.
So who you got? What's your top teams so far going forward? Obviously, you got the Rams. Obviously,
come on, you already know it. Rams. Man, of course the Bucks. Like, of course, Tom out there leading that thing. And then you got
the laces off that motherfucker.
Man, Dallas been doing their thing. Surprised, everybody Dallas Cowboys fans, but they've been doing their thing.
Them niggas getting by right now, man.
The crazy thing is though, who may really just come out the AFC. I think them Bills come crunch time. Got to see what the Ravens looking like come crunch time.
Yeah.
Them Titans.
Hey, I swear to God, I was just about to say that. I think the Titans may fuck around and win it, bro.
Bro, they gonna turn it on come playoff time. With King Henry toting that thing, the type of game management they could do with him, and Ryan Tannehill managing the game, and the guys they got on defense that could just control it. Dog. They dangerous. Come on, man. King Henry run at you.
Yeah, ain't nobody tackling that nigga head up, man. It's certain niggas that you just like, nah. Like, I be seeing DBs literally not pick up speed when he running past them. They be like, nah, you can have it.
No reason to.
And then when you got Julio, even though Julio ain't look like Julio because I think it's a hamstring, but that's still Julio Jones. And who they got? AJ Green? Who's the other
Brown?
AJ Brown.
Yep.
You can't double them niggas. You got to put everybody in the box. Like it's Henry, Derrick Henry. To me, Derrick Henry looked like Brandon Jacobs times 120. Like, remember Brandon Jacobs with the Giants?
Yes.
Like, that's what Derrick Henry, like a 6'4" running back that's mowing shit. He way faster, obviously, but like it's just Derrick Henry, he may go down as one of the best running backs of all time, bro.
For sure. Like, bro, like y'all understand, bro. He's like 6'3" and a half, maybe 6'4", 250, running a 4.4. Like, and his arm scratching the back of his calf muscles when he stands straight up. Like,
that's some scary
shit. Lethal. Like, when he pick up speed, boy, watch out.
Yeah, that's some scary shit.
Man.
When niggas be asking, like, if LeBron played football, what would he be? Like, nigga, Derrick fucking Henry. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it'd be a taller Derrick Henry on you niggas, man. Niggas ain't finna tackle that 6'8", 260 ass nigga, man. Running like that. But I'm with you, though. I do think the Titans may be the sleeper. With Baltimore, they so depleted, man. I'm scared that this season gonna end up being a season with Lamar do some special shit to get him to super far in the playoffs, but then lose because they just ain't got the talent. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can see what you mean by that.
But I do like the Rams. I like the Bucks too, but they defense gotta get better. But they got like a Dallas Cowboys type schedule where they schedule weak because they didn't win, a division and shit like that last year.
Yeah.
So it's like they schedule this year is like super weak, bro. But who knows, man? But I'm with you on the Titans, bro. Let's move over to the NBA before we wrap these quick hitters up, bro. I don't want to take up your night like that. Yeah. NBA, we back in business, dog. You know what I'm saying? NBA just kicked off. Right now, it's still too early to really niggas ain't beating niggas how they should, but we all know who the favorites are: Brooklyn and the Lakers. Who you got your eyes on, man? My Lakers just lost. You know what I'm saying? But who you got your eyes on, man?
Man, bro, since about like I forget the year. KD was in high school and I was Christian. But senior, I've been a KD fan ever since, bro. When I played indoor, I played in KD's because we played essentials indoor. So I've been a KD fan forever. So wherever KD rides, you got your Bron, Wagners, you got your KD guys. I'm a KD guy, man. I ain't mad at him for going to the Warriors, man. It ain't his fault. We should never traded James Harden in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That was on OKC fault. Traded James Harden instead of Serge Ibaka
for $4 million motherfucking dollars.
So you know what I'm saying? That ain't KD fault that they blew.
That's that nigga fault, man. I'm gonna let you say it. I'm gonna let you support the nigga, but I ain't gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? He went to the Warriors, but hey, any real nigga know they would have went to the Warriors too. So it is what it is, man.
I'm saying, Cassidy went straight to the Warriors. You heard me? Like, I'm trying to win. I got money.
Hey, that was the best decision to make. I knew he was gonna make that decision. Like before the news had dropped, I said, "Bro, basketball, I would go to Golden State." Like it didn't make sense not to go there. But you fucking with Brooklyn, okay? I fuck with it. Like you got them even if Kyrie don't come back.
Yeah, so that's the thing, bro. We just gotta play well, right? We gotta mesh right now, be prepared for Kyrie not coming. Now, if Kyrie don't come back, we're gonna be in some little trouble, and we just gotta move on with our life. But if Kyrie come back, and everybody stay healthy, then it's like, because think about it, they took the Bucks to Game 7 last year.
They did.
Not without everybody being healthy.
They
so
did.
even KD was banged up with the hammy. So it's like, bro, like we supposed to, like that's supposed to be us. Like we supposed to be in there. Like Kyrie need to get his mind right. Come on, like, come on, man. We need you. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, man, he too busy, man. I tell people because I don't know. A lot of people don't hear me when I say this, but people gotta remember that Kyrie Irving and Maya Moore is like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Maya Moore, she walked away from the game in her prime to fight to get her husband out of jail.
She walked away.
And that was Maya Moore, nigga. So it was like,
put it down.
Nigga, she was so cold. But it's like with Kyrie, her and Kyrie being so cool, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if he walked away. You know what I'm saying? Just because at this point in time, basketball is clearly not the number one thing on dude's mind. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So I get it. You know, so to me personally, I'm around with the Lake Show. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ride the Lakers, bro. Just because I think if Anthony Davis played like Anthony Davis, then can't nobody fuck with him. Now, especially not on Brooklyn. Like, he gonna kill LaMarcus and Paul Millsap and them niggas.
Man.
But it's like, it's with him. And I think everybody feel aware about Russ. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't think he a championship player. I was saying it, even when he was my favorite player in the league, but hopefully I was wrong type shit. You know what I'm saying?
You just hope you was wrong about it. I know.
Hopefully, man. I don't think I am, though. I really don't think I am. That's the fucked up part being a Laker fan right now. Is that like when you watching Russell Westbrook, you don't really think this gonna change. You still think he's gonna be doing the same shit in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's just hoping that AD can just turn the fuck up.
Yeah.
But let me get to these quick hitters, bro. I want to ask you these quick hitters. It's gonna be like red pill, blue pill, truck, sports, Jeeps, all that good shit. You know how quick hitters go. And then we're gonna wrap this motherfucking podcast on up, bro. So leading to the quick hitters, we're gonna start off, nigga. Red pill or blue pill? Which one you taking?
Blue.
Yeah, I'm a blue pill, my nigga. The same, bro. Just leave me how I want to be. You gotta rank these three players. Barbershop talk. You know how it go. Kobe, MJ, LeBron. I ain't putting KD in this conversation, nigga.
Come on, man. Why not?
You know what? Fuck it. Just for you, rank all four. Kobe, MJ, LeBron, KD.
We ain't gonna do it like we just gonna MJ, Bron, Kobe.
I ain't even mad. I'm a Kobe guy, but at a certain point in time, you just gotta give it up to Bron. You know what I'm saying? Nigga been in prime for 20 years.
Yeah, you gotta give it up. You gotta give him some hours.
Yeah, you gotta give him that. So, all right, next one: truck, sports car, or Jeep?
Jeep.
I'm riding with a Jeep. I got a Jeep right now.
That's the best of both worlds.
Oh yeah, then it don't depreciate either. Motherfuckers don't even know that. Natural body or enhancements?
Say it again.
Natural body or enhancements?
Natural.
All right. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm rocking with the natural bodies myself, man. I got told my homeboys, I can't even honestly say, bro, I actually fuck with a chick who had enhancements, unless I just didn't know. But like once I visibly see it, I'm not even attracted no more. Like it leads me to their mental. Like baby, your mental ain't right. You went and got enhancements at 24. You fucked up in the head.
Man, everybody, you know, I respect them all, do it for their different reasons. But you know, I just prefer natural.
That's true. That's probably the answer I should give now that I'm being recorded. You got a stack of money. You rather have a stack of 20s or a stack of hundreds?
Stack of hundreds.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm from the trenches for the trenches are still in my heart, bro. I gotta have the 20s, man. It's something about 100. Like I love having hundreds, but I don't like breaking them motherfuckers. Like I want them motherfuckers to stay there. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say stack of hundreds. You're gonna be more likely to save something that.
That's true. That's true as fuck. I ain't gonna ask you this next question because you don't smoke. But let me ask you this: Game 7 or Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
I had a feeling you was gonna say Super Bowl. I had Aaron on the podcast. He said Game 7. He surprised me.
Where you sitting at though?
Shit, good seats. Just good seats. Fuck it. Just good
seats.
Are we
sitting on the floor seats for Game 7? Or it's just good seats?
Okay. Floor seats for Game 7. What's the equivalent of floor seats for NFL? Because
everybody like viewing the game different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like they view the game different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let's just say good seats for both. Let's say damn good seats for both. Just like the best seats in the house for both. Which one you taking?
Ooh, that's tough. That Game 7, if you on the floor, Game 7, sideline, that's loud.
Imagine Kawhi hitting that shot and falling in your lap, nigga.
Like, oh, come on, Braves, get up. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Being football, great seats, bro. You can hear them pass crack, and that when the crowd erupt, yeah, gym get loud, bro. What's the different feeling when you hear them pass collide, smack, you hear them pass clap together, and the crowd erupt.
Yeah,
80,000 people just erupt uncontrollably. Like,
yeah, bro. It's so many more people in football. That shit make you feel like you in the old Colosseum in the Roman days or some shit with all them damn people, man.
Yeah, it just I don't know. It just feel better. Just heard the collision. I don't feel collision. You heard come out smack each other. Like it's just like dang, it's ball and the league they hit hard. Like basketball cool and all, but in the league they hit. Like,
they knocking niggas block off.
They try and hit you every play, boy. It's like, boy, that thing is just like music to your ears. Oh, that sounds good.
Nah, that shit is crazy. That's why I can only imagine what it was like when niggas like when the Ravens was playing. They had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all them niggas. It was a big hit every play. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine what it was like. No flag. They don't know what a flag is. Let me ask you this: burgers or tacos?
Tacos.
You a taco nigga?
Bruh, listen, like the burger's cool and all, but you know you gotta chill out. You can mix up what kind of taco. You can get the shrimp, fish.
Yeah.
You know, you can mix up the taco. You get a burger, you kind of gonna really get the same thing.
You just gotta put bacon on that motherfucker to spice it up.
Hey, that's the only change up you're gonna do is put bacon on it.
Facts. Mondays or Fridays?
Fridays.
I'm a Monday nigga, but I hate Fridays, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Friday day before the game.
But okay. For me, I hate Friday because it go by so slow for me. Because I be thinking about the weekend too much.
I'm enjoying the weekend too much. Living regular life, I'm enjoying the weekend too much.
Right. Hip hop or R&B?
R&B.
Yeah, I'm an R&B nigga myself, bro. Hip hop. The older I get, the farther away I get from hip hop. I ain't gonna lie to you. I listen to it, but I'm an R&B nigga now.
Yep. Them old school R&B songs hit hard now. Like
that's what we grew up on our whole life.
I'm just saying, even now, bro. Like I was on YouTube the other day listening to a 2000s R&B playlist. Like, come on now, like you got Aaliyah in that thing, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? You still got all the, and then you still got the dudes in the thing too, though. You know, like Oh, this was a hit. You can't say everybody went on that Lady Burn when we was kids. I was like,
I still seen that shit now, nigga.
Chris Brown came out, we at Ferguson Middle, man. That stuff was some heat. Like, they on that song, No Earth with Jordan Sparks. Like, they was killing it.
Yeah, that was that shit. It's just something about singing, bro. It's just something about singing. Harmonizing and singing do something to you. I ain't gonna fake it. It's just something about it. And I feel like the content matter is a little bit more. It's a little bit more. They talking about more shit in R&B than they do in hip hop. Hip hop, it's the same shit for the last 25 years. So this we forget to the football right here. T.O. or Randy Moss?
Randy Moss.
I'm a T.O. nigga.
Man, this is the thing though. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand what exactly had made T.O. so special until like maybe a couple years ago. Like just really dissecting what he did. And he's Hall of Fame, no doubt, special. Yeah. But like, if you watch his stuff and go watch Randy's stuff, and you be like,
yeah. Them niggas, the only reason why I take T.O. over Randy is because T.O. go across the middle.
Yeah.
Randy, you know, he ain't really trying to go across the middle for real, but
that's his thing though. That's like telling Steph Curry, oh, I'm taking Bron over Steph Curry just because Bron dunks.
Yeah. I feel you.
Steph Curry shoots from half court. Like he got more points than that dunk. So it's like
and I feel
understand T.O. and T.O. one of the greats. But like Randy is different. Randy was Randy. T.O. different. It'll never be another Randy.
Yeah, nah, he had the physical gifts, the height, he had the speed, like all that shit, bro. Athleticism.
You can say Julio almost another T.O., but it'll never be another Randy.
That you honestly could say Julio is T.O. You honestly could say that shit like Julio is just basically T.O. Damn, that's crazy. I ain't even think about it like that. When you think about that stature, that's what made T.O. so crazy. Stature, that nigga was so big, so fast, so strong.
Fast, freak athlete.
Yeah.
Man, T.O. was a freak.
What he did on that Super Bowl different though. And they got a broke leg, bro. Was the best player on the field.
Freak athlete. So hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. This is why I realized I wasn't going to league. Some dudes is just different.
Hey, so as you know, it's fucked up. You had that feeling about T.O. I had that feeling about you, nigga. I had no chance.
Some dudes just different. Like some dudes they just gifted. Like when you think you gifted, hey, remember, it's somebody out there that's really just like gifted. Like you like, okay, I understand.
Hey, that's how I was when I saw Zeke for the first time. We was doing track and field, and he was in our meet. He was doing hurdles and shit like that.
Yeah, he was hurdling.
I saw that nigga running, dog. I was like, nah. I'm like, ain't nobody fucking with this nigga, man. This nigga different.
Some dudes different. I ain't gonna lie.
Real talk. Ray Lewis or Urlacher. And don't be racist either, nigga.
Ray Lewis.
I'm an Urlacher. I was a Bears fan though. Let me clear it up. I was a Bears fan.
That makes sense.
But I honestly felt like Urlacher was better in coverage. I felt like he made them same type of hits, but he was just better in coverage. But I was also a Bears fan too, so stalled me out, nigga. Shit.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you.
Last one, Palomalu or Ed Reed?
Ed Reed.
I think I'd take Ed Reed too, bro. It's something about the hits, man. I need the hits.
He returned, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He in return. Like Palomalu was a great athlete and he was an instinctive football player. He was cold. Ed Reed, like he got that swag that we looking for. He got that swag, like he was doing whatever, lateraling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He looking like Dion out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he making plays on special teams, turning the end as a blocker, like he doing his thing, like dude was like, all over. Palomalu was all over too, but like Ed Reed was just like, man, like
it was much more for even because Palomalu will hit your ass too, but it was much more finesse with Palomalu. It felt like
Ed Reed,
he gonna run through you. Fuck swiping the ball down. He gonna hit you and make you just drop that motherfucker.
Ankle tackle you need.
Oh hell no. Fuck Mary Kill. You watch BMF?
Yeah, but
Right, so
I ain't too like in tune with like the names of some of
you
the.
know Cash Dog, nigga.
I know Cash Dollars.
All right, so you cool with this? Fuck, Mary, kill. Cash Dog, Lala, or Tasha St. Patrick?
Oh, that's what you. I see. I thought. Oh.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga.
See, that's the thing. 2 out of 3 ain't natural.
Yeah.
That's the killer.
Wait, Cash Dog. I think Cash Dog. Yeah, she do got shit done.
That's the killer part about it.
Damn. All right.
Well, you want to just put them in order? I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, nigga, it's fuck, Mary, kill. Somebody gotta die.
You gotta put them in order. La.
That's fuck.
Yeah, La, Cash Dog, Tasha. Going against the rules. Going against the rules.
It's all good, bro.
I really could put Tasha for Cash Dog, but I mean, I ain't gonna be absurd right now.
Nah, it's understand that, hey, nigga, Cash Dog can get it. I ain't gonna cap. Last one before I just wrap it up. This not even a quick hitter. This is my question to you. You know Tom Brady threw the 600 touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Ball got passed to the fans and shit like that. But news came out that they reached an agreement with the fan. The fan got one Bitcoin from Tom Brady, which was $63,000. He got 2 Tom Brady signed jerseys and a helmet. He got 1 Mike Evans signed jersey plus his game cleats. He got $1,000 credit at the Bucks team store and 2 season tickets for the remainder of 2021 and 2022. And Tom Brady just got the football back. Would you give him the ball?
Yeah, you go ahead and get it, bro. Like, you already signed some balls for me to get. I noticed this is 600, but Tom was gonna pay for that. He wasn't all that stuff. Tom was gonna pay for that. He wasn't tripping off that.
Yeah, he ain't tripping
I'm
off
like,
that.
shoot. Homie, you can give me what and what? All right, you can have this ball. Like, obviously, I was sitting close enough for me to get the season tickets. I was sitting close enough to where I got the ball. So,
right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be like that because that's his accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's something like that's something that he gonna hold true forever. Mm-hmm. So like, bro, he finna pay me for his accomplishment. Bro, here go your ball back, man.
You can have that motherfucker. I said you had a lot of people talking about it was a bad deal. I'm like, nigga, you could not have the ball in the first place. Like, you just walked away from a football game with all this shit. 63K jerseys. Come on, man. He came up, dog.
How you gonna show up, bro? You about to walk away with all this stuff. He got 63K. Like,
yeah, that's chump. That, to me, like you said, his seats were so good. That's chump change to do.
like, I mean, come on. I'm gonna just go ahead and take all that stuff and we bounce it. I came here with nothing, and I'm leaving away with all this stuff.
Facts. Well, shit. I think that's all I got on the docket, bro. You got anything? You got anything you want to say? Anything you want the people to know from you, bro? What you got going on that we ain't covered?
I'm trying to think. One quick thing of how I end up down here is the head man I was working for the D2, he got fired in December. So I was in a transition mode to where they was trying to find a new coach at the school I was at. And so it was a couple candidates, and I was told that I would be kept, retained, or whatever. If certain candidates got hired or whatever. But I kind of just want to like wipe my hands with it there. And I want to go branch out with them all. Them like, okay, I think my time here gonna be up, And so I get a job at Lane College. It's HBCU, it's a D2 in Jackson, Tennessee. And I get down there, so I resign from that job up there in Missouri Southern. Go to Lane College. I'm only there for 2 days, Well, the second day I was there, literally the second day, I got a call from my mentor, Trey Scott.
Yeah.
He called me. He like, hey KJ, he just talked to me. He's like, man, I got opportunity for you possibly. my boy B. Joyner over at Arkansas State, the D-line coach, he looking for assistant. He's like, man, it'd be good for you to go over there and work with him. You know, they got a brand new coach, Bush Jones. You know, he's a well-known coach in the profession, well-respected. And so I'm like, all right, bet. This is helping me get closer to my goal.
Facts.
This is another step on my goal sheet I'm going to. And so he's like, I know I had just got you the job, but help you get the job in Lane, but hey, it's gonna be the opportunity for you, bro. I think it's gonna be the one. So I was in the process of trying to set up the interview. We had to change the days of the interview to, a day I was gonna be in the office. Next day at Lane. Mind you, I just got there 2 days before. So that night I called the head man. I'm like, man, Arkansas State want to interview. He was like, you ain't committed to us, yada yada. And he was going off on the phone. He's like, man, if you accept the interview, you fired. And I was like, okay, well, I'll let you know tomorrow then. So in my mind, I'm like, man, I already know I'm going to take this interview. I can find the job, so I ain't tripping.
Right.
So I got to do like a little assignment for the interview that night. And my dad calling me, his old coach calling me because his old coach helped me get the job over in Lane and everything. And he like, just do your time, book you good. You ain't got. I'm like, man, look, coach, I respect you. You want dad idols and everything, but I'm taking this interview. I appreciate you giving me that help, but I'm taking this interview. And for the fact for another black man, another older black coach, skin tone like mine, everything to be like, man, if you accept the interview, I'll fire you, bro. If they would have called you, you would have took the interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They would have called you come be the OC, you would have took the interview.
Right.
You would have took that. You would have ran with that. For you to say that to me, and you know where I am in my career, like I lose respect for you, straight up like that, and took the interview. After I did the interview, the next day I go up to the facility. I tell them, appreciate it. I said, hey, I accepted the interview, and I looked at him like I said the interview. It was like, all right, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yada. Like, all right, I'll leave my key wherever. And I did it. And so I kind of just jumped off a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'm going to bet on me because I ain't got nothing to lose right now. But a job, I got my own room. I got my own D-line room. I'm going to make, $36,000 this year, yada, yada. Man, I'm betting on me. I know my goals are mine.
Right.
Especially with my mentor that have been down the path I'd have been, you know what I'm saying, as far as in this profession, for him to tell me, like, do you think this is an opportunity for me? I'm gonna listen. He'd have been in his position.
Right.
He'd have went to this school and did what I'm doing now. He'd have been in this position. He knows how it goes. So I'm like, I'm a bounce. It is what it is. I went to St. Louis for like 5 days, and they called me back because I told me, hey, as long as you get in school, you got the job. Man, I was down here by the weekend. You know what I'm saying? I ain't asked no questions. I said I'll be there.
Yeah.
I stayed in the hotel for 5 days. Like, hey, rent a hotel room for like 5 days at the days in. And then I go to the on-campus people like, yeah, y'all got some housing available? Yeah, we get you in, got me in. Like, it was like that, but it goes to show you, like, first off, everybody ain't gonna want to see you win. And second off, sometimes you gotta take a leap of faith for yourself and trust you. And that's what it was, and that's how I ended up down there. So it's just kind of my little testimony about how you break through. And Coach Bush Jones gave me this opportunity to be down here and be able to affect lives and, be able to do what I do best. He gave me the opportunity as well as teaching me how to be a coach. He got coaches that coach in the league. He got coaches that coach at high D1 schools. He teaches me how to be a coach. So it's like, bro, like, yeah, let's go. Like, I'm getting this is your chance. It's your time to shine. I'm getting my chance. I can't ask nobody else for nothing. They giving me a chance. Like, I just gotta take opportunity and do what it is to do.
Right. Now that's, man, bro, that's wild as fuck. Like I said, for another man that look like you, telling you all that shit, to say if you take this interview, we gonna fire you. That's some shit, because like, and that goes back to what we said earlier in this pod, that it's up to you to make sure when you come across an opportunity that you take that motherfucker, because it could have been, you could have easily been like, well, damn, he gonna fire me if I take this job. What if it don't work out type shit? Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild as fuck, bro. and not and to see you now you at Arkansas State, fam.
Recruiting kids from Lewis.
Dog, do you ever just sit back and think about that? Like, nigga, I'm at Arkansas State coaching football.
It's been days where I'm like, man, I'm really coaching college football. What am I doing?
Like, that's crazy, bro.
How did this end up happening? I know it's been a make for a long time, but like, how? Like, what? And then it's just like, well, I mean, you wasn't playing football no more, and you like coaching.
Yeah.
And you're around good people. You're around a sport that you love. And it's like, might as well do it. That was it.
You know what, bro? By your old coach, you said Trey Scott was his name?
Yeah, Trey Scott.
Trey Scott. Him doing that, looking back and seeing he can help get you a certain opportunity, that just comes back type of dude you is, bro. If you was a, you know what I'm saying? If you was a bullshit ass dude, if you was an ain't shit ass dude, he wouldn't have called you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give those, you help people get opportunities that you know. Well, now they ain't got to be the best at it, but they gonna try their best at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all that matters, fam. Like, I look at it every time. I'm like, this nigga's at Arkansas State, fam. This nigga Keith Jones is at Arkansas motherfucking State. This nigga coaching cats. Like, fam, it comes a certain point in time to where it's like you gotta realize that life is going on, and niggas that you know is taking steps into becoming into bettering themselves. Yeah. So it's like when I see you doing your shit, I'm like, fam, like I can't do nothing but salute it. Cause I knew it. I know what niggas was doing when they was kids. I know what niggas was doing, you know what I'm saying, when they was becoming young men. And now I'm seeing what you're doing now that you're a grown ass motherfucker, man. What, you 27 now?
Yeah, 27.
Nigga, 27 years old coaching in college, man. That shit don't happen like that. And if it do happen, it don't happen for niggas like us, niggas that look like you and me. You know what I'm saying?
They happen for people that's in, you know what I'm saying, where we from.
Exactly, fam. So it's commendable, and I'm mad at myself because I pulled this shit up. Nigga, I was gonna read this and everything. Your Arkansas State thing. I was gonna read this and everything, bro. You good. We was on this for a long time, bro. I ain't expect to be on it this long, bro. To be honest with you,
just chopping it up.
But we was, bro. They said it was gonna be a conversation, bro, between two homeboys, bro. And you look up and time go by fast as a motherfucker. But I want to say this before I let you go. So all the friends of the show listening, man, if you're asking yourself, should you take that next goal in life? Should you take the opportunity? And you question yourself, I brought my boy Keith Jones on here so y'all can see a living testament, living embodiment of somebody that took a chance on themselves, that bet on themselves, that didn't give up on themselves when they was faced with some hardships in life. You know what I mean? He could have easily stopped. He could have easily started complaining about life and became a fuck up. That wasn't him. And like I tell my little brother, growing up in life, you got to set the foundation for who you're going to become as you get older. Facts. And the reason why you didn't give up on yourself is because as a kid, you never gave up on yourself. As a kid, you understood how difficult this shit was going to be. And I think a lot of times people don't look at it like that. So you've always been preparing yourself to be not only a stand-up person, but a leader of men. And whether you knew it or not, like I said, I wanted to make sure I brought Coach Shotty quote on here because the shit he was saying and the person that you are today or what you're doing today, even though you always been this person, it goes like this. You know what I'm saying? It seems like shit was meant to be type shit. So I wanted to make sure I said that to you, bro, because you that nigga, bro. You a legend, fam. Like, you could have easily just been one of them dope ass niggas in high school that, yeah, now you just a nigga that used to be dope in high school. Nah, you passing it on. You taking on all that dope shit you had and you giving it on to the next generation, bro. So I can't do nothing but show you love and support for that, bro. You always gonna be my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I hope for one day you is coaching on them Sundays. But for the meantime, let's take over these Saturdays, nigga. Let's keep running up a motherfucking check on these niggas, man. Let's keep doing that shit. I want to say, me personally, you got anything else before I wrap it up? Anything else you want to say, bro?
Nah, bro, I just want you to, keep doing your thing with the podcast. I know it's still starting off light and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
you staying consistent, persistent, bro. That thing gonna keep going and going. Cause shoot, I know everybody, doing their podcast stuff, but you got your thing rolling the right way. It's that thing official. You on point with the topics. You on point with the conversation, everything, right? And shoot, you doing your thing. You out there in AZ, bro. Anytime I see somebody from the loop, they move out and they out there living their best life, I'm like, well, see, they experiencing it. They realize it. They they
Mm-hmm.
they getting that same feel that I was able to get, and they get to see the world on a whole different level, like
Yeah,
leaving St. Louis and going to a different spot, you see the world on a different level. And bro, I'm glad you're doing that. Like you doing your thing, bro. And I'm glad you're doing that because shoot, sports was the way out for me. And shoot, you doing that thing with your own thing. You feel me? Like it's like
yeah.
yeah, like he getting that experience. Like he
That's
getting that
love, bro.
experience, and I'm happy for that.
That's love, bro. That's love, bro. And the feeling is definitely fucking mutual, bro. See you out the loop doing your thing. And like I said, me knowing you and your family, bro, and you tell me off, like I said, before we went live, how your siblings and stuff is doing their own thing too. Your parents is doing their own thing, bro. I love that shit, man. I love to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I truly motherfucking me do, bro. And the grind don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Later in the future, we're gonna do this again. You're gonna be doing at the highest level. And I'm gonna be one of the big dogs in this podcast shit, bro. We're gonna keep taking over the motherfucking game that way. Um, but I want to say shout out to everybody, man, because we got people around the world listening to this podcast, bro, in many different countries. I want to say shout out to everybody around the world supporting this podcast, man, on different platforms. Thank you for tapping and joining the motherfucking conversation. I truly appreciate it. I want to say once again, shout out to my boy Keith Jones Jr., aka Big Glitch, aka the Dark of the Berry, the motherfucking Big of the Beast. I made that shit up before I started recording too. That shit just sounded hard to me. That shit sounded hard to me, man. That may be the title of this episode, man. The Blacker the Berry, the Bigger the Beast, man. Real shit.
Low key, that was a hard answer. I'm like, well, he just
That
just
shit
mixed
hard.
that.
That shit hard, bro. But let's keep building this empire, man. Let's keep tapping in each and every motherfucking week. Audio version every Thursday at 4 a.m. Visual every Friday at 8 a.m. on Until FN YouTube channel. Subscribe, rate, review to the podcast. And it's all love these ways, man. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And holla at y'all next week, man. We out this motherfucker, man. Big Glitch, my boy. I appreciate it, Brody.
All right, my dog Hatch, I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, man. Stay safe, my boy.
For sure, bro. You too.
All right, bet.